Yes. Try to not be directly behind where she would see me, but kind of close enough to know where she's going.
Would you want to be like surreptitiously doing it to where it's like, don't be seen by anybody, or just be like blending in the crowd kind of stuff, like the average walkers by kind of thing?
More like the average walkers by, try to blend in.
I will still need a stealth check from you then.
The same roll.
It'll work for the time being, but no, you see a couple of close calls, but you realize that this is not your strength.
Oh, definitely not.
You see, that you study the campus maps well enough by now because you're kind of a bookworm, being a Quandrix wizard and whatnot. So you realize she's actually headed toward the Wizard Bloom area.
Okay. As a dryad, normally that does make sense, yes.
Would you keep following her into the Wizard Bloom specific area?
Seeing as I have more Quandric stuff on me, I think I would try to at least watch her from afar. Like, try to find like a bench or something to sit at and not really look like I'm trying to follow.
Because it's not like it's like I would want to liken it to like being on your friend's floor or like your friend's floor in their dorm room during the day kind of thing. It's like, well, you don't technically have a room there. If you make trouble, they'll care. But if you don't make if you don't make any trouble and you have a reason to be there, no one's going to give a crap that you're there, kind of thing.
I was more thinking along the lines of her, like, oh hey, this you're being she was being followed by me, kind of thing. I don't want her to give that.
You it's the idea that yeah, if that was your attempt, I will let you have stealth. I need another stealth check, but this time with advantage.
Now connect to Ron's. Sorry,
Wow,
Alexa's talking to.
You wasted it.
nice
Uh,
notice.
if you're trying to, she did stop for a little bit, which does give you the opportunity to do this. She is greeting another dryad. Um, give me an intelligence check to see if you remember where you might have possibly seen him.
Good at those. I am good at those.
You remember that, from your perspective, you remember that Kendricks walked up to an Owlin and a Dryad that looked like that guy.
Okay, so Kendricks might have some information about who that is.
Yes.
Where did I see them together at?
You saw them at the Fire Jolt Cafe.
Fire Jolt. Okay.
He seemed to be more interested in the Owlin at the time, but the Dryad was there with the Owlin when he went to go talk to them. And for as far as you knew, he seemed to interact with at least both of them for at least a little bit. And so he could at least, Kendricks might be able to give you more information about said Dryad if you didn't want to go talk to them yourself. It doesn't seem like it's a lengthy conversation, but you are able to give me a perception check now to see how much you can grasp of it.
Bless you. Now I'm starting to roll better.
Since you chose to sit far back enough to be able to make sure you're not seen, because to be honest, because you chose to, I interpreted your, I want to say far enough back so no one notices me. I would have let you pass that with below a 21. I swear to you. Uh, but that means it's a higher perception check to see what the fuck's think about what the fuck's going on. Um, You get snippets of the conversation because you're just so far away, and it's not the only sound in the whole entire world.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, so what you can grasp from their conversation is that she is checking in on him because she apparently had made an agreement to already do so this school year, and check in that he's doing okay. From what you gather, this conversation has nothing to do with you, and is more about like a dryad on dryad kinship kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So nothing to worry about.
Yeah. But all of the exact words and phrases, it's like that. It's like every couple of words, you only catch like every couple of words or something like that. But it's like you get the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
They bid farewell to each other, and the guy and the dryad she was talking to was actually heading your way. Um, do you want to greet him, or let him pass by and act like you're doing something on the bench, like that's occupying your time, or what do you want to do?
I would probably pull out my spell book and like look over notes in it, like spell stuff. So I'm like doing something there, and let him pass.
Performance check.
I'm not good at those. Where's performance? There it is. As I get a 20.
Jeez.
He passes by without a second glance, thinking that you are a student that not wanted to come into the Witherbloom area because it was nice and peaceful here. Because right now you're in the, as far as the life and death sides are concerned, you're in the vibrant life area. And some students come over here, and not that are not Witherbloom, because they like the atmosphere for studying and just having a respite here, kind of thing.
I mean, it is a nice area.
It's really heavily nature-like, yeah.
Yeah.
So he just thought you're one of those. He didn't give you a single solitary second thought at all. And he goes by, but you are able to catch that she is in the because you got the nat 20. You are able to keep track of her while keeping up the ruse, and you see her go into like kind of a kind of a building, kind of a tree-looking structure.
Okay.
The opening closes after she enters. What do you want to do?
I think I will keep that in mind where she went. To not raise suspicion, I will cut the chase there.
You'll what the chase?
I'll cut the chase here, end it for this time, just to make sure I'm not caught doing something I probably shouldn't. I at least get an idea of where to go to see stuff later.
Give me one last perception check.
Perception. A lot lower, but not terrible.
You can't from this distance, because you wanted to prioritize stealth over perception, for how far you are away from it. You see that a figure, not quite flashy enough or awesome looking enough to be a professor, but a figure that is heading into the same structure as Professor Yang did, and but with only an 11, you can't tell who it is.
So somebody that might not be professor, so I might be able to get in there a little bit easier.
It's not. It's definitely not a professor.
Okay, so that definitely does help for later.
Okay, then we would move on to Ancoretta.
Hi.
What do you want to do for education?
Well, is studying an option? But like studying real hard, like that kind of like.
Are you trying to study alone, or trying to find someone to study with?
Well, honestly, I feel like she would start studying alone, and then like she'd get this weird kind of like feeling to go study with somebody, a specific person.
Who would you want to go study with?
Yeah, I wonder who.
It's not like you have two smarty pants Quandrix people in your party or anything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nope.
I think you're trying to think of a different Quandrix person. To be
I don't
honest,
know.
I swear to you, no, they do not balance this out at all. Out of like 16 people, like half the fucking NPCs are Quandrix.
Really? Well, she'd probably go look for Drazimir.
One of the day, so we can have it like this. How would you want to time this? Would you want to like try studying after a class, or before a class, or like instead of going to a class because you're like, okay, they're not teaching me like I should need to be taught, so can I just learn something else?
Yeah,
Maybe someone else can help me learn better than the damn teacher instead of just another lecture.
Greta would never skip a class,
Okay, I wanted to confirm what your style would be.
so she would do it after a class.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
It occurs to you that even though you're in your actually, where would you go to study alone?
She'd probably be in her dorm at first, and then she'd have.
Okay, because I'll remind you that there were isolated places in both the Fire Jolt Cafe. They're like those rooms that you guys didn't want to fucking enter. Those are like where people were studying. It's like, would she try there, or would she be like, because you said you didn't want to. That's why I confirmed. But you said your dorm, so I'm fine with that. With that high of a roll, you realize that you don't really know Drazimir's schedule, and you've only ever really seen him unintentionally at work in the Biblioplex. So that's probably the most likely place you would ever find him, but you're not sure. But that occurs to you. Like if you're trying to look for him, that's the only place you can think of that he would ever be.
I mean, didn't she go to his dorm?
Yeah, and then,
I think I tried to.
yeah, but but he wasn't there last time, so you don't know the likelihood of him being there at any given point in time.
She'll go to his the library, and then.
Well, the fact is, Lorene took you there last time, so I would have to have another check if you're actually going to check the dorm first.
No, not the door. That's creepy.
So you would leave the building where he might actually be to go to the library.
Isn't the Biblioplex the library?
Yeah, but you're not. That's not where your dorm is.
Oh, well, all the doors are in the same place.
The
Yeah,
rest of your dorms are different because you're not split into your quote unquote houses yet.
Oh my gosh, that makes more sense. Yeah, she might as well check the dorms then if she's already there.
Need a raw intelligence check if you remember the way through the halls to find the right room.
No.
So you find a door about like 3 turns and 4 hallways away, and you think it might be his room, but you're not quite sure. But you figure that if it was going to be in this hall, this looks like the right room. But ignoring the fact that all these doors look identical. You're in front of the door. You think that it's most likely to be his room. What do you want to do?
If she thinks that's most likely his room, she'd knock on the door.
You are it takes a minute after your knock to open it, and then you I already given like almost all the handouts for all these damn NPCs, so if you looked on the list, you who greets you is an Owlin that you've seen now and then with Kindrix.
Dominich?
No, that you've seen with Kindrix.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
She asked what you would like, how she can help you.
Wait, is she Quandrix too?
What?
We're not separated into houses yet, so it's every house is in here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Technically speaking, she's Silverquill, but whatever.
Okay. So,
These are like, because this school is so vast. These are literally all a bunch of other first years.
Mhm.
okay. So then Ankaretta will, she would like apologize and probably say like, "Sorry, I thought this was someone else's room. My bad."
She would look at her eyes alone would give away. Like, you don't even need to do a perception check. She is just this open with her emotions in this moment. Her eyes alone give away that she has great pity for your confusion, and she wants to help you. She asks if she can, or is there any way that she can help you help you find someone you're looking for.
Oh, that's so nice of you. I'm actually looking for Drasimir. You know the bull looking guy.
Give me a perception check. She doesn't really have ridges too much to show as eyebrow raising, but you realize there was a physical reaction for when you said bull looking guy, like you didn't know what a fucking minotaur was as a race. So it's one of those, oh, sweet summer child, oh, you're a moron, aren't you? She doesn't know you aced your last test, but you came up with her and didn't know the word for minotaur.
I feel like that was more of a Denver thing, not a Incorrect thing.
I know, but Incoretta got she lucked the fuck out of her rolls in that test. Um, but once again, I swear, like, it was so weird to me that you guys didn't pass the test for that. It like ace it like she did. It was so weird. I thought everyone was gonna ace it like no problems, but apparently there were problems.
We failed this time, but they passed.
So but even after that little feathery wrinkle of sorts that you're able to perceive, she still asks in a very soft tone if you would like any help in the matter, or you want to take it into your own hands. Um,
Um, I, I, well, yes, yes, I will accept the help. And she could probably tell that Greta's not used to saying that.
so are you currently wearing your armor?
If she was in her dorm, no, she's probably just wearing regular clothes.
Okay, because so you took your armor off when you got back to study.
Yeah.
Okay, you just kept it off in order to come to his dorm room. Okay. Um, if she comes sensing your fragility in your tone, she comes to give you a hug. Would you allow it?
Oh, she would stand there but not give the hug back. She'd accept it, I guess. Is she soft?
Yeah, she actually takes really good care of herself, and it's like she's the kind of Owlin that has really soft, almost floofy feathers. So much so that you can almost not even feel the individual feathers, but it just feels like softness around you. You're literally being enveloped by warm softness. And it's a really unconsoling tone. It's like, oh, there, I'll help you.
Oh, thanks.
Um, uh, give me an insight check.
Yay.
Go, you being insightful. Um, you can sense that she is a kind person, that she wants to do this because she views it as the right thing to do, but also she seems really dutiful at this moment as well. Like like she's doing her version of putting on a customer service face and voice, because she is wanting not like to trick you, but she views this as she wants that if she's going to help someone, a random passerby, a member of her community, or something like that, she wants to do the best she can do, so she has to put energy into it, effort into it, focus on it, and get the job done right, because people who need help deserve help well given kind of thing.
She's gonna be burnt out. She needs a mental health day eventually.
I mean, you don't know it, but Kendrix does. I mean, she's so nice that she like went straight up for the job to remove graffiti from the fucking college, and it's like, oh wow. Give me a perception check if you want to because you'll get let me see how much of a glimpse you get into her room before she closes the door behind her to come help you.
Okay. Oh my god.
If you get into combat, I'm going to say you burn these right now. You see, it's about half open. So at the edges of the peripheral, for what's shown in there, are like uh, is a slightly messier side of whatever roommate she may end up having. But you basically just are able to see her side of things. She has multiple religious symbols and like emblems and sigils and whatnot to a ton of different gods. But uh, it's like you would see like a community bulletin board, but she has it on her wall. Not like a hey, come to this club meeting or hey, check out this new check out my band kind of thing, but like but they seem to be all like basically help requests from various degrees of difficulty, and depending on who people need to help, and things like that. But she seemed to take it upon herself to help people who need it, and she seemed because you as a group have been busy with your own shit to deal with, like I don't know, seemingly saving everyone over and over again. Um, that she helps with minor issues. Yeah, like hey I didn't because it's a magical college, but there's still some basic bullshit you got to deal with, like forgetting your backpack in class but they locked the door after you left kind of thing. um she's clean almost to a neat freak extent, but uh but it's respectable given your background.
Okay.
um like I know you came from a tribe, so it's like, you know what, someone who knows how to keep their shit together. Nice. um But if you want to know what kind of gods, I would need a religion check, or because she has one of those people where it's like she doesn't have a closet; she actually has a wardrobe, and it
No,
really
I wouldn't be interested in that.
well, not in the religious symbols.
No, not in the religious symbol.
Okay, because for all you know, they're eldritch gods, but okay.
Well, she's a fucking owl.
Yeah, I know they can be warlocks.
Exactly.
It's a race.
Her picture does have her using magic. She might be. Oh, wait a minute.
Would Incoretta be interested in? I'm trying to figure out what religious symbols those are.
No.
Okay. It's like, this is a nice person who wants to help me. They could never do anything bad ever after one time checking them in the moment.
Well, I mean, it's none of her business that she worships the demons, okay? That's her business. Whatever she does,
if you unintentionally uncovered a demon cult or a drug cartel with secret meanings through religious paraphernalia,
wait. Drugs?
Yeah.
You don't know that. That's the kind of thing. That's my point. You don't know what those symbols mean. They just seem vaguely religious.
If the thought of drugs came to her mind, he would. It
wouldn't necessarily. It's one of those things where it's like it could, if your thoughts spiraled, but for how you're explaining your thought process, they wouldn't spiral in the first place.
Okay.
Well, it's just the fact that they look vaguely religious-y, and you don't know what they are.
Well, the drugs, remember?
If drugs do become a thing, she'd want to know. But if they're not right now, then.
Because I was so tempted to be like, if you did really shitty on your insight check, I'd be like, you can't tell if she's trying to help you because she's friendly and all, or if she's just really high and she likes hugs.
Damn. Oh
And
my
Coretta
God,
confirmed drug addict.
she's drugs.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's just to ask a valid question. For Aunt Coretta, does she want to find the drugs so she can do them or abolish them?
Um,
I thought abolish since what she did last session.
yeah, I feel like she'd want to abolish them, but like if she happened to get a little cocaine in her hands, it
It's not gonna go to waste.
hmm I mean, lawful evil, yeah. Why do you sound so quiet,
Hmm?
Me,
Matthew?
I'm leaning back.
Well, lean forward.
Well, it's not my turn.
He had his turn. He was investigating. He did a pseudo shitty job of it.
Oh yeah.
Who would have thunk that wizard don't specialize in dexterity or wisdom that much?
I have threes in both of those. Or
Um,
Just because you said that, the next
I
character
only-
I make that's a wizard for any campaign you run, I am going to make them a dex wizard.
I'm a
Well, no
fighter.
shit. You have mage armor. You would make use of it.
I
Intelligent,
have mage armor. I keep forgetting to use it.
bro. No wonder you're almost dead when you first started.
I'm gonna make intelligence my dump stat on that wizard.
That just seems like, well, I've heard of that too, where it's like, it'd be funny, guys, if the main stat my class cares about for everything that needs to happen during every combat, what if I just made it my dump stat? And then you're kind of just making sure everyone else dies too because you don't kill things fast enough. Well, as far as like everyone in your party dies because they're not doing enough damage or hitting often enough, kind of thing.
I only got hit by AoEs last time, so I kind of got hit, not because of base.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I so spaced. Voss, I will need 2 animal handling checks from you right now. Okay. I didn't want to have you do a billion rolls, but that was just to ensure that your frogs on your head survived all of the steam explosions that were blasted at you the whole time.
To be fair, they moved to my shoulders, but
That
also
was even
fair.
worse. It's one of those things like if you think they're cool accoutrements and you just like them chilling on you all the time because they're pretty docile. They don't make a fuss or anything. They don't croak in your ear trying to listen to the teacher or anything. No, they don't mess with you or anything. So they're pretty nice to have around as far as you like them and stuff. But that means they're kind of in the line of fire if they're just on your shoulder. Okay. So you because you now have Shuvadri helping you.
Mhm.
She leads you to a few of the other students you've seen around campus. I can name names, but you're probably not gonna remember them.
No, I won't.
There are a few of the NPC names that you've seen before. You're like, haven't I seen that guy before? Maybe. I don't care enough. It's a lot of that vibe going on. She would go with you and take point and ask about if they know where Drasimir is. But for the most part, the people she asks are the kind of like laid back, friendly people in the first place who wouldn't have any ill intent that at first glance at all. It's like as far as I can tell, these are outstanding people. Um, it all depends on how skeptical you are and how jaded you are as a player in person. We're like, I knew it. She's it's like they're all in on it. She's asking her drug buddies, and she's using code, and it all depends on how deep you are in the rabbit hole. You want to get paranoid about it.
She's using thieves' cant. Oh my God,
What?
she's using thieves' cant.
You wouldn't know if she were or not. To be honest,
Oh, that's right. I don't even.
you're not a rogue.
It would help if you were for that situation.
um. And someone mentioned that he was actually in the Quandrix area. Because a lot of the people she was asking, it ended up being a lot of non-Quandrix people. Because some of the people, some of the students now and then on different days at different times and everything, it's like they want to hang out at the dorm. They plan on going for the quote unquote house they plan on being focusing on trying to get into. And so many times they're over there specifically learning from those professors, maybe auditing lectures in their off days, stuff like that, because they're Quandrix nerds, like a couple of people in some of your classes. Yeah, exactly. She brings you to the Quandrix area though, and this is where you see a lot of the Quandrix students, like a bunch of the other ones that are around. Like even like there was what was it? The artsy person you could have sworn was in Prismari, but for whatever reason, you see him wearing Quandrix colors, and he's walking around with someone else. And then another before you find Jessamine, you pass by Lorene again.
Mhm.
But she's like busy with scrolls and books that are taller than above her face, and she's trying to look at one of the sides to make sure she can even make sure she doesn't run into people. But she seems like she's way too preoccupied. Unless you really want to go out of your way to say something to her, she'll just go right by you. Um, and she takes you into one of the multiple study halls that is all in the Quandrix area. Inside this building, it is like how do I say this? As soon as you enter the doors, you get this feeling of focused. You know how some people take focus pills to get focused? Like, oh my god, I'm so like flighty, my head's everywhere and foggy right now. As soon as you enter that building, it is like you are laser focused. You feel like if you could get to studying, you would do well in it.
Drugs.
If that's what you want, if that's what your character would think, I don't know why your character is like honed in on drugs
No,
all the
no,
time.
no. Denver thinks that it's airborne drugs.
Well, there are fantasy books where there are multiple other worlds where, like, why is everyone so happy here? Oh, like 0.2% of the air is opium.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's not a high enough to be officially high, but it's just to make you nonstop happier in a better mood all the time, kind of thing.
That does sound nice. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, but that's the kind of thing where people get addicted to opium because they can't just handle that small amount. Um, and she ends up leading you to she points you over to him, and he's hunched over a table, and he's sitting alone in like a back table. Um, and he has a bunch of books around him, and you can see from one side it looks like he's trying to shield himself from being seen from other people because he doesn't want their attention. Not that they're bad, but but he's known well enough by now to know this. He just wants to be left alone and study in peace. He's not like the most social guy in the world.
Hmm.
She hopes that she helped you well enough and that you have a nice day, and then she leaves.
Wait, don't leave yet.
She literally turns on her foot and spins back around and looks at you concerned. Oh, is there something else?
Yes, she'll give her like 2 gold for helping out.
She completely and vehemently denies your money.
Oh.
She says she tells you that she didn't do this for any kind of reciprocity. That she wants to do it because it was the right thing to do.
Oh.
And
Okay.
she is very firm on this point.
What a nice person.
And then she leaves.
Okay.
So at this point, would you want to just approach Drasimir?
Yes, but she'll do it like softly. She doesn't want to startle him. And now she's like Hulk of a woman, so
Well, I mean, I guess that's why you're going after the Hulk of a guy. Not saying no there, got it. Um, So you're give me a stealth check to see how non-loud you can be doing this.
Oh, I don't have to do it at disadvantage. Yay!
You're not wearing heavy armor, so you don't. The first
God
number
damn it!
the
Oh,
first number is a 17 though, so that's what your roll is.
well, that's crazy. It counts that?
Heavy armor. That's what you're
No, I
wearing
know, but
officially, but
I've never had that like it never counted it before. But okay, that's cool.
so that's high enough easily to approach him without freaking him the hell out by clamoring like basically to make it seem like you're sprinting at him in armor kind of thing. And you are able to casually and non-offensively approach him without him getting startled. Is there anything you want to say when you approach him?
She would just say, "Hello, Drasimir." Regular greeting.
He looks up at you. Give me an insight check.
Oh, okay.
Fun. Uh, from what you can tell, he's actually insulted by your presence. How dare you bother him while he's studying?
You know what?
Oh no. Okay. So
I'm not saying that's the reality of things, but that's how you interpret it.
I know. She'll say, I'm sorry to bother you. I didn't mean to bother. I just wanted you to come. I wanted to come over here and ask if you wanted to study together. But if you don't want to, then I can go ahead and leave.
He stands still for a bit, and almost to the point where you're like, okay, this is awkward. I should probably just go then. Kind of length of time. Would you turn to leave after not getting a response from him?
Yes.
Give me a perception check with disadvantage. So you leave, and you don't hear anything after or on your way out. As soon as you leave the building, you feel normal again in your head. But what you didn't hear is
Don't tell me, stop it. Oh man.
what you didn't hear is him being like is him just being like shocked because he actually realized what he actually realized that you wanted to study with him, but not everyone wants to study with him. But because he seemed so like unapproachably awkward kind of thing. To an average person anyway, without someone with a purpose of wanting to talk to him for a reason, it's like nah. It's like one of those. I don't know. I can't really. I don't know. They just feel like they wouldn't want to talk to me if I said hi to him. Kind of. It's that he gives off that kind of vibe because he's that quiet and reserved. But you didn't hear it be like, oh wait, we can study, but you didn't hear it.
Dang.
Because he called after you, but he was nervous at the time, and he was still trying to be respectful of everyone else studying here, so he didn't want to yell after you, and so he said it in his quiet tone, and you were walking away, and so with the three, you didn't fucking hear it.
Your thoughts don't want it to happen. That's okay.
Is it?
No.
I mean, it's better than it's better than Goswin not seeing that it was Aurora who went in after Professor Yang.
Aurora
that
Lou
makes sense.
star.
She is Witherbloom. Or she was.
Yeah, but what business would she have going in that place for Professor?
Maybe she had a question. I don't know.
Yeah, but as I said, Goswin didn't know it was her.
Exactly.
So now that you're out of study partner, would you look at anyone as a consolation study partner, or try to get it on try to study hard on your own? and try again.
Nah, because she had her sights set on one person specifically today to study with, and she's not gonna go prancing around the damn school trying to find somebody else. So she's gonna go like I don't know, like sit in a tree and study.
As a reminder, except for maybe Loreholt, most of the other three areas, actually the other four areas. Well, Silverquill has the least other than Loreholt. Because they're like manicured around businesses kind of look for their greenery. Um, but the main campus, as you can see, has plenty of green there to choose from trees. Or if
You
you want,
telling me that Witherbloom doesn't have a tree to
no,
choose from?
that has the most. So you're
Oh,
saying you went to the actual Witherbloom area rather than your
yeah.
dorm? Okay.
Hmm.
You are greeted with a strange combination of like serene nature, but at like the edges of your peripheral, almost anywhere you see, it's this encroaching darkness about like the fragility of life. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
She wants to
exactly.
sit in a dead tree. That's the thing.
You would end up going to the more necrotic areas of it then, because
Yes.
those are there too.
Hmm.
You see some other older kids there. Sorry, students, because at this point in time, they're not really kids unless they're a fucking prodigy. Um, but it's one of those and they are in the necrotic area like you are, but they look older, like and give off the vibe of I got more important shit to do than talk to you, kind of mood coming off of them, and it's like, okay, I'm not gonna bug you, fuck.
She wouldn't want to talk to them anyway.
Yeah, it was a drow and a tiefling walking side by side, mumbling, like murmuring to each other,
Fucking
uh,
tiefling.
wearing very obviously Witherbloom associated clothing and whatnot. And some people have a lot of school pride. So, okay. You choosing to study specifically is this is not associated with the mechanic, with the kind of change you would get from studying alone or with a group of people, kind of thing. Um, but I will give you a flat bonus to uh, your test rolls.
Oh, huzzah!
Yeah. From choosing to study in this round of the three, you will get a flat +1 to both rolls.
Huzzah!
Okay. Alina,
Present.
what do you want to do for education? Because there's education and extracurricular, then the adventure, but right now it's education. So what do you want to do?
Well, I cannot do extracurricular. Uh,
You'll be studying with Drasimir. That's what you'll be doing.
exactly. That's literally what I was gonna say. It's like I'm just
You
gonna
get
keep
to do what
studying with
you
Chester.
wanted to do.
I swear to God,
Yeah,
I can ready to see y'all studying together.
I mean, if you really wanted to study with Drasimir, you could have approached Elena.
You know what? That would suck though, because if she sees you guys studying together, then she's gonna assume that like he doesn't want to study with her at all, because that's the impression she got from this stupid role.
Yeah, on that one, it was so bad. I had to think of something that fit contextually. It would just make a little sense to be like, as soon as he looked up, he was pissed at you. You should die. You should leave or die. And it's like, no, that's a bit hardcore. But you would completely misinterpret the situation.
Well, I mean, you did burn 2 nat 20s.
I'm pissed.
I mean, things had to be balanced.
So, what do you want to do for education?
Balance does
She's
all
just going
things
to
shitty.
she's going to like buckle down with Drasimir and hit the books and just study hard.
So, you want, even though your extracurricular is basically already burned by studying with him, you want to study even more, correct?
Yes, because she doesn't want to. She wants to pass. It's like she's already messed up, whether it was her fault or not. She failed, like her first ever exams. She doesn't want that to happen again.
Yeah. Give me an insight check.
Let's see. I'm okay-ish at the. Not tonight.
From what you've read on the literature and from anyone you've talked to that goes here, or any of the faculty here, you are completely 100% unsure about if you fail enough time, they'll just kick you out. It might be a thing, but it also might not be a thing. Like, who knows if you fail 2 tests in a row? It could just be it could be escalating bad things, or it could just be, you know what, you gotta try again. You don't know.
Oof.
Aren't middling rolls fun?
No. I will not play along with this line of humor.
Because you already have Drasimir as a tutor, he would have let you know how to get a hold of him on a regular basis if you wanted to try to do this exact thing. And so finding where he is so fucking easy. It's not even funny. But yes, technically speaking, and Coretta could have just gone to Alina, and you would have guaranteedly known where he was, like in a heartbeat.
Yep.
And so he agrees to study with you without hesitation. It's like, oh, more? Okay. Because he's really into it. Like he's a fucking study fiend, just like everyone seems to be for who's in Quandrix, which helps you out. So why not, right?
Yep. And he's a big cuddly bull. You know what? That didn't sound right.
He actually has really short. He has pretty short hair, except for around his like where except for like the back of his like like how heads are, and like his beard area. He doesn't have that much hair on his arms or anything.
Hmm.
What a coincidence. Neither do I, but apparently a lot of my coworkers think I'm fun to hug.
Oh, wait, your character or you?
He said
Me,
co-workers.
personally.
Yeah.
I mean, like your don't you have a job
I
in the game?
technically have a coworker in this.
Yeah, Shivaji doesn't really hug you though.
No, she doesn't. But I mean, my statement stands. In game, I am super floofy, especially after I get done, you know, grooming. But out of game, no, I am not floofy at all. But apparently, I am a treat to hug.
But yeah, aren't you a soft person?
I am a bit fluffy, yes.
There you go.
Although it depends entirely on who you ask. Because some of my friends say whenever they hug me, I'm entirely too hard for how I look.
We'll stop getting turned on.
What the fuck? Where's this conversation going?
That's the kind of this is this is where session chatter is for.
Yep.
So, Drasimir has no issue studying with you some more, and he goes over some of the finer details because he realizes the subject he needs to help you with is magical physiologies. So he goes over about like habitats of owlbears, and he thought you might find this fun. Um, Although the owlbears aren't naturally drawn to cupcakes and muffins, these foods are known to quell an owlbear's foul temper. Arcanobiologists believe that they quell the creature's rumbling acid reflux.
Huh. That is a fun fact. Give them some sweets and they'll calm down.
Yeah, he thought that would be a fact Alina would appreciate.
Yeah, because baking is also an art form.
So, yeah, you will get if that's all your intent is, you'll get the same bonus that she got.
Sweet.
Flat plus 1 bonus to your test results.
Sweet.
And because you have to burn both extracurriculars just studying, I'm just going to give you a flat +2 to both results.
Noise.
And if you fail again, I'm going to laugh at you.
I won't blame you. Watch me roll two or three nat ones.
Yep.
So then it would come to Kendrick's, because that turn is all about studying. So what do you want to do as a lion? What education focused thing do you want to do?
I mean, Kendricks would just take his classes normally, but if you're referring to what I would be doing in between classes,
You
I'd
could
basically
we could
just
play
be
out
going over
what concept
the
of. That's
notes.
why I have everyone's character sheets out, or at least a little bit of like everyone closed in to make sure I know what class they are, like what school they belong to, kind of thing. Because if you wanted to actually act out or go through how one of your other classes goes, because we haven't really done much of any other classes other than magical physiologies. If you wanted to go into deeper into one of the other ones, we can. That was an example I gave initially. Because and so I wanted to make sure, because I have a table that tells me like who gives that class, like what school gives it, kind of thing, and then so that would dictate who I'm putting in as their classmates.
That's fair. In this case, I don't know. I guess I'll go with Arcanobotany.
Arcanobotany. Anyone else who has Arcanobotany, you can also be in this. If uh, Voss rolls a certain number, roll me a D2, Voss.
D2.
If he rolled a 2, your schedules would align and you'd be in it. If he rolled a 1, which he did,
Wait,
then
you rolled the
Nope.
wrong dice. It's
He
an
did
S.
one S2.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, 1d2.
Did it?
Yeah,
Damn it.
1s2. 1d2. But if it's a 1, you're the only one of your your party. Okay. Anyone else who has Arcana Biology is allowed to be in this with him.
No, I have that.
Ooh. Isn't it everybody?
I think
No, you
I
had
was
to
about to say
voluntarily take it.
Jess doesn't.
Oh.
Did you have your list of classes? Does Anchoretta have Arcana Botany?
She does. She has like 8 classes, bro.
You didn't take some, if I remember correctly.
Jess, do you have it?
Yes, I'm in Arcanobot.
Okay.
Sweet, we're all here.
Give me a perception check, Sai.
All right. Perception.
Nothing unusual. Same thing, Matt. Perception.
Perception.
He had been recently on your mind, so you notice when a dryad comes in the classroom.
Do I recognize this one?
Yeah, only because you've seen him really, really recently during your stalking.
So that one, okay.
I mean, he has a name. It's Muleythorn.
Well, I don't know that yet.
I know. Kendra's got introduced to him, but you haven't.
And I'm assuming I notice him just because I've been
Yeah, that's why I didn't have to make a roll. You automatically recognize Muleythorn and Ancoretta and Matt are recognize that Aurora's in the class too.
Ooh.
Would I recognize anyone?
Uh,
I know I wouldn't recognize the Dryad.
Unless you haven't seen Aurora often enough recently to notice her just as like a random passerby as one of your Veg classmates in like a pretty large class. You would have to have spent more time with her.
Hmm.
unless someone points her out.
And I've
But
been
I
too
don't think
busy.
Ankaretta or Goswin are the types of people to just, hey, look at her.
Oh, he would definitely.
Yo,
I
check out
will
that goth baddie
bring-
over there.
Mulithorn.
But yeah, besides the four of you, those two Witherbloom students are in it. As I told you, there's not a lot of there's not a lot of non-quandrix. The ratio is heavily skewed.
Fucking Gryffindors.
I mean, that definitely has that vibe.
I mean, you are going to college. Like, dude, there's even more. I think there's like 3 Prismari or some shit, and there's like 3 or 4 lore holes even, and it's like Quandrix still has like beat them out to like 4 or 5 or some shit like that, and it's like out of all these students, it seems like Witherbloom's the least, and it's like, aw.
That's okay. Hank Grant doesn't need any more friends. That's okay.
You look like you could use some friends.
It's not like you can't make friends from other houses. This isn't fucking Harry Potter where you can't be a friend with a Slytherin.
Well, there was that one guy.
What one guy?
That one guy from the Fantastic Beasts. He was that girl he liked. She was a Slytherin, and he was a Hufflepuff. See?
Oh, I haven't seen or read those.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about a guy in this campaign. I was like,
Oh,
oh, are you
no,
friends with
no, no.
somebody?
No, but there, Witherbloom and a Quandrix might be friends.
You would know this especially, Incoretta. This one isn't taught in the Biblioplex. This class is actually taught on their Witherbloom's campus area.
Oh, okay.
It's in an area called the Cave of Volrude. There actually is a different looking, but it is still a dryad. Since you've come around here more commonly than your other party members, you'd recognize them as like the Grave Gardener. It's Professor Eudora.
Is he hot?
You find dryads hot?
I mean, I know
I said
what
is.
they look like.
Like, is there a picture of him?
I can get
Basically
you
a plant man, right?
Oh. Never mind.
Did you forget what dryads were?
Yeah. I'm thinking about dryads from Sacred 2 Fallen Angel.
I still haven't finished the first.
Here, let me go to the other one.
Grave Gardener.
Damn! Yeah, he's not evil. I mean, he's not.
I was about to put it through the
Arcanobotany.
dumping.
Arcanobotany. He teaches you about plants, but I mean, he's still Witherbloom.
I mean, for a plant though, he's kind of sexy, but you know.
Dang, Denver, is there anything you wouldn't fuck?
Let's hope a lot of things, actually.
Actually, this is one of my favorite legendary creatures from this set.
I
Eudora?
have a card right there in my
Yeah.
my box.
Well, that's your professor for Arcanobotany.
Oh, that's fantastic. Why am I getting along so famously with all the dryad professors?
Cats like
You're-
bushes.
You're an animal.
They're not made of catnip, you racist fox.
Wait, did you say racist fox or racist fuck?
You know what? Both.
Okay.
Where did Sauls go?
I was reading real quick. I didn't have time to prep earlier, but literally they give you no material whatsoever in this current iteration of Strixhaven in order to actually flesh out any of the other classes. I want you to realize that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I told you to prep, and you didn't.
Well, it's hard to know what the individuals want to do.
What if we went? Yeah, yeah. It's like, what if we went to Cragmaw's castle right off the bat? You had that prepped, right?
Stop.
Also, he could have been busy. I'm like, you don't know.
He wasn't.
Denver, go sit and spin.
I don't have a swirly chair.
Why not?
Shut up, Jesse.
I need a new chair.
Maybe Santa will get you.
I'm pretty sure I'm on the naughty list.
Okay, sure. This will actually work. Uh, he goes over. He goes over how to make a potion of burrowing.
Diggy diggy hole.
And it is a potion that will turn your hands into the claws of a mole and grant you burrowing speed of 20 feet for 1 minute.
Neat.
Um,
Oh, that's why I recognize.
he's a little short with you, like how Snape would be, to be honest. As a point of reference. And he will not suffer any excuses if you're able, if you end up failing at making this correctly. Each character has to hand in their own potion. It's not like a group effort kind of thing. The information you're given is the fact that it is made within 2 steps. 1, brewing a potion requires alcohol and a stimulant. And 2, adding some creature essence as well as milk of the poppy, a stone, and some soil to the potion of motion.
So we need to make two.
What?
You need to make 2 potions essentially.
Well, it's the potion base. It's like how you can never just make a potion outright in Minecraft. You have to actually make the weird potion thing, whatever, first.
Yeah.
So first thing, you're going to need an alcohol and a stimulant. There is a storage closet in the laboratorium, which is an area you can go to for potion supplies. Or you might gather more research materials or information in the biblioplex. And he lets people now leave in order to complete the assignment. What do you all want to do?
I want to check the storage first to see if I can find like as much of the stuff as I can.
I was gonna say the same kind of notion.
Yep. Same.
Matt, you need to lean forward.
What about you,
I was
Voss?
gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, no. Everybody kind of beat me to it.
Haha.
Okay, you're able to easily traverse there when you don't see anyone like, oh my god, we're gonna beat you there, ha ha ha. But when you get there, because everyone else, some people have the same idea, so some people walk a little faster or slower than you, and some people are like, it's the obvious solution, just go to the storage closet where potion supplies are held. What do you know? The cabinet is actually almost completely empty when you open it, though.
Oh.
Oh.
Which is actually seriously weird and completely unnatural. You don't even need a roll for all of you to figure that out.
Fucking dick.
Someone must have taken most of the ingredients. Everything that is left is as follows, okay? Now, I'll remind you that you need the following in order to create the potion properly. Alcohol, stimulant, creature essence, milk of the poppy, a stone, and some soil, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 are pretty easy to get.
There is some milk of the poppy, but definitely not enough for all of you. There's enough for maybe 2 of you. You're not sure though, just seeing it in its raw form. Some cheap vodka that might serve as alcohol. And some blink dog nerves that might serve as stimulant. Can I get a and if you want to see if any of this will be helpful, give me a nature check.
Okay.
Do that. I can't do that. Hey, don't copy my roll.
Don't worry, I copied yours, but I changed it a little so it wouldn't look obvious.
Actually, I know you got it already, but Matt, because you work in the lab, I was going to give you advantage.
Oh, I was about to say, do you want me to roll again to get?
Because you know your way around here, and yeah, you know how this would normally be, and you've seen people use ingredient stuff before because it's your job.
Woohoo! I got 23.
You definitely needed the advantage.
Everyone but Kendricks, it's a low check, guys. Everyone but Kendricks realize that, technically speaking, you could, with these ingredients, because a small stone and a handful of soil, it's not that big of a deal to get those, right? Sure. So you could realize there's the alcohol and stimulant right there, and there's milk of the poppy right there. So there is enough for at least 2 of you to make the potion successfully, but it would be more difficult because there are more efficient, effective ingredients to use. But technically speaking, it could be done with high enough skill in nature to try to make the potion properly. So that's what you get. That's the understanding you get with that, with passing the check. Is like, are these even relevant to what we need? It's like, yeah, they're relevant. You can do it. It'll just be hard.
Yeah, Anchorhead is not going to deal with that bullshit, so she's going to go find somebody who can sell the right stuff to her.
Give me actually give me a perception check, Matt, with advantage.
Everyone?
Yeah, Matt gets advantage because he works here.
Oh my god. You know what? Fuck you guys and your high rolls.
Okay, so what happens is, one of you go to close the door, but it like sticks and like pops back for a quick second, so you just get bonked in the head by the door as you close it, Increda. It doesn't deal damage, but it's annoying and distracts you enough. Um, the other 3 of you notice a particularly bald orc in the vicinity, who looks like he is not overly preoccupied or currently in a bad enough state to be annoyed by people approaching him, which is really something new for you, Kendricks, because you normally never see him in this kind of mood.
An orc?
I don't like that. All right. All right, I'll approach him.
I'll go with him.
I guess I shall too.
Because I'm fairly certain I think I know who this is.
Matt knows who it is.
I work with him in this very building.
So yeah, it is none other than Urzmektok Grosh.
Oh, fuck him.
We're all his friends.
Let's not get carried away. Your acquaintances.
I don't think I know him.
Anchor doesn't even know him and she hates him. No.
Oh, well, you're just racist.
He looks at Kendricks and Goswin expectantly, waiting for you to say something.
I was expecting the cabinet to have a few more ingredients in it. Any idea where we could procure some? We know what we're looking for, but since we're relatively new, we're having trouble finding it.
It doesn't seem as stocked as it normally is.
He informs you in a very matter-of-fact tone that none other than a one Grayson Wildemere and the future entrepreneurs in Strixhaven have actually bought out most of the ingredients, and the new ones are only going to arrive next week, past the due date of this assignment.
Oh, poopy.
You happen to know where we can find them?
To his knowledge, because it takes him a second, because he doesn't normally like keep track of everyone and their whereabouts at all times. You do see him strain, like he did not. It was probably a question he expected, but he doesn't mean it's an easy answer. But he deduces that they're most likely at the Biblioplex.
I appreciate the information.
And without good a perception, you all end up getting, most of you. For at least Goswin and yeah, everyone had a good perception to see. Okay, so you also notice that a Cataris Demowaller, the guy who's willing to art and was talking, Goswin would recognize him as the one who was talking with Aurora about tattoo stuff and art stuff.
I was about to say I don't recognize that name off the top of my head.
Didn't I once talk to him about cooking?
Yeah, he watched you cooking a bit, and you remember him and how cooking is an art form, and he appreciated and your style of it.
Awesome.
You know him from around the dorm for that. Yeah. He is in the lab, and he is looking really distressed. Because it looks like he used the materials that were in that cabinet, the blink dog nerves and the cheap vodka, but his attempts are not going well. And he looks really, and he just looks really distressed at the moment. But there doesn't seem to be anyone else in the lab at the moment. Right now. So what do you want to do?
I'll approach him and just ask him what seems to be the problem. You look a little distressed.
He looks at you. Give me an insight check.
Yeah. Hopefully I can do better this time. I did better this time.
He looks at you a little confused and a little insulted, because it's like, really, isn't obvious kind of thing.
Well, she was
Because
trying
he's obviously just like distressed over what just fucking happened. So because it doesn't look like because he was in here when you guys got here. He's been trying this for a while, so he may have the class, just not when you do. Because he's Quandrix, so it makes sense for him to take all kinds of classes, as some other people do.
Well,
but with that high of a roll, you realize that he's currently feeling dejected from trying for so long, because this is not. You feel like he's been trying for hours on end, and this is not the first day he's even starting attempting this. And he shares that it is not going well at all.
well,
But he thinks he only had a couple of things wrong. So because he's burned through some of his own personal supplies. So he tells you that if you can get him a stimulant and some creature essence, then he can get his hands on some higher quality alcohol than the vodka, to share with you.
I think I know where we can go to get that.
Neato.
I believe we can do that for you.
Sounds like a deal. Look at us all working as a team. So,
So
Rixie,
I think
where are
we're
we
all
going?
thinking the same. I think we're all having the same idea on this one.
Fire Joel
The
Cafe?
local, I was about to say, the local after class hotspot.
Where?
The cafe.
What about the
Oh,
bar?
the cafe serves coffee and tea.
I mean,
Stimulants.
Oh, because I was just like you were told. Oh yeah, to get him a stimulant. Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
he's getting the alcohol, Denver.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Whoops. My
We
bad.
need the
I mean,
stimulant
to
and the
be
creature
fair,
essence.
the bar, as far as I'm aware, also sells stuff similar to that, but one, the cafe is probably closer. Two, I know the cafe for sure sells that stuff, or at least it did, unless these assholes bought all their supply too.
That's positive.
No one would have enough money to buy literally all the coffee and all the tea that the cafe has on hand, unless they particularly are specifically rich, like never spend your money in 1,000 lifetimes kind of rich, and did that just to be a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like me.
You're a
Uh,
dick?
so are you saying the group, as a group, you all choose to go to the cafe?
Yes.
That
Well, that's
seems
where I
best.
was gonna go.
Would you tell anyone else about your idea?
Well, yeah,
I think
I was
we
gonna
did.
tell them that. The only thing I'm pondering on currently, because the cafe was my immediate thought for the stimulant, but I'm still pondering where to obtain the quote unquote creature essence.
Killing stuff?
It's because it's not like give me a history check if you want to think about where you find that ingredient to see how well you might have paid attention in class.
I was about to say it's probably something in class
I
related.
paid attention okay.
I didn't realize I had advantage still on.
First number counts. Um, it was a check of a 10, so it doesn't matter. You realize there is an area called Sedgemoor that a lot of like living mascots of the houses. I'm just going to call them that for now. Are there, and you can basically harvest their creature essence for the potions.
Oh,
Oh, they don't care when we do that. Awesome.
But you may, but with that also, you got to, it does help to remember that, you could all, if you have the money, you could just buy the ingredients, the proper ingredients potentially, because if someone bought all the ingredients, the entrepreneurs, they might have ingredients to sell, maybe at an up cost, but it might save you some time and effort, to just buy your way out of this problem.
That is why I asked what their location was earlier.
Yeah, it's the Biblioplex. Yeah.
I hope it's not that guy that Greta scared the shit out of.
He deals
Ralph?
in magic items, not just items.
So, do we want to go get the essence ourselves or just spend some money? Just throw the
Actually,
money at our problem.
it's the exact guy. It's Grayson. That was the
God
one who will probably never talk to you, and Coretta.
damn. Well, she'll still go.
I guess having you in the background would be nice. Make sure.
I mean, like we can get a discount on it. Yeah.
Take it and just leave me alone.
He's not he wouldn't be there alone selling it. He's there with other people, and it's a public place, with in an area with a lot of witnesses and foot traffic. You would not be able to easily, without consequences, intimidate him where he currently is.
Oh, okay, but he could have PTSD. That's a thing.
Let me get this straight. To fully understand what your perspective is right now, Ancoretta is hoping that another student has PTSD for her yelling at him and intimidating him in a public setting, and is hoping that will help her get a cheaper or free potion so she can just pass a class without doing any effort.
Yeah, I mean, like it's to her advantage. The setting event has already happened. It just needs to follow through. And
She is evil.
Wait, are you?
I'm lawful evil, homie.
Yeah.
I
She
gave up
mentioned
again.
that earlier today.
Yeah. Why do you think I do some crazy shit?
Because you're just stupid, like always.
That that seems needlessly much.
A lot of her characters just that I've seen just always do the stupidest shit possible, and
And yet
make.
she's the one who aced the test, and your character's the one who failed it. I don't know what you want from me. What do
Hey,
you want me to do?
there's a difference between book smarts and street smarts.
Yeah, intelligence and wisdom. I know.
My intelligence is higher than yours.
Hey, Denver,
Hi.
sit and spin.
You said you didn't want to hear about her sitting and spinning earlier. Um, but so are you off to go to Sedgemoor as a group, or the cafe as a group, or the Biblioplex as a group? Like, where do you all want to go? Talk it out.
Uh, why don't we go to the cafe first and decide whether we want to collect the essence ourselves or buy it? Take the time going to the cafe to discuss that decision.
Are the rest of you in agreement?
That sounds good.
Can you say that again? Sorry, I already
I'm
forgot
okay
what you
with
said.
this.
We're gonna go to the cafe. I'm saying this out of character, so Alina's not being this rude. But we're going to go to the cafe, and on the way there, and while getting the stimulant from the cafe, discuss
Mhm.
whether we want to go collect the creature essence ourselves or go buy it, whether which one we think would be more worth it.
Okay. Well, I just want to say this too that and Greta doesn't know that that dude sells wares. So
No, she doesn't. None of you currently. Actually, no. You do, because you intimidated a conversation out of someone else, and that's when you realize that
oh shit,
you intimidated the magic item seller of the module,
I remember now.
and
I
you
remember
felt
now.
you did not feel amazing at that point.
No, out of character I didn't, but in character she's like whatever.
At a character, you're like, shit. What am I gonna spend my gold on now?
Booze.
She lost her drinking buddy.
You haven't lost.
Drink
Well,
alone.
you arm wrestled her into submission, um since then you have heard no complaints about Drasimir, and she is just dutiful and not quite as chatty during work.
She's really like pumping iron twice as hard to like try and beat you. It's gonna be a rematch
So
eventually.
would you encourage it to agree to go to the cafe to discuss further options?
Oh yeah. She'd go with him.
Okay, that's what I wanted to confirm, that you all agreed on your plan of action.
Yes.
So you get to the cafe, and when you get to the bar, do you actually request anything specific?
Your finest stimulant, please.
Who says it like that?
Somebody who
Me?
When you're at a place for
Yes, I would like your finest stimulant, please.
when you're at a place that sells any kind of tea and coffee you can imagine, um, it's that when you say your finest stimulant, that is still so vague, because they have coffee and tea from literally all the multiverse, dude.
I need something that'll keep me awake for days.
Meth. Got it.
Oh, I got it. Listen. Hey.
yeah.
Wait, did you ask that question in character to keep you awake for days?
Yes, my character said to the person, I need something you got that can keep me awake for days.
You see the server check get like one of those. Give me a moment. because they got to check their inventory. And like you see them, you know how some people like joke about it, like, "Hey, I'm gonna walk downstairs now," but they're like behind a couch, and all they're doing is going closer to the floor, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
They do that, but you don't know how she's doing it because she seems like too serious of a person to really go with that shtick. But she seems to be doing that kind of thing, and you're like, it's a magic school, fuck it. And you hear a lot of rummaging, almost like that whole entire back area. There'll be like a constant bag of holding vibe for all of their storage shelves or some shit. And she comes up with some suggestions with names of teas and coffees you've never heard of. And she gives you a small box that has it's a tea, and it has 10 bags in it, and she says it'll be 10 gold.
Done.
Rich people.
Each tea bag will be sufficient enough stimulant for one potion.
So what? 7 left over?
Are you?
Well,
There's 4 of you.
Wait, 5.
There's 4 of you, and then there's a 5th one if you want to give Kadoris a stimulant.
Which we do because he's going to get.
I
the
definitely plan
alcohol.
on doing that.
Yeah. He's going to provide the good alcohol.
Give me a nature check, Kendricks.
This ought to be good.
It
Alright,
was.
it was decent.
I'm going to say that you know enough of this herb that because of Leonin roots, this is a tea made from an herb from the Feywild, and that it is this is sometimes used as a stimulant and sometimes a drug to to use to stay awake. Yes, it will help you. It'll let you stay awake for 3 days straight without gaining any levels of exhaustion, mechanically speaking. Like straight. No sleep, no drowsiness, nothing. However, afterward, you collapse and are asleep for 3 days straight.
Drugs.
This ought to be interesting. I appreciate it. So,
would Kendrick share the detail of what he knows of the tea?
Not right in front of the counter.
But like as you leave the cafe or discuss your plans at a table or something like that, or would any of you actually ask for a regular drink of any kind while you plan?
Pumpkin spice latte.
That does seem like a drink she get.
Did you minus the gold from your amount, Voss?
Oh yeah, I'm down. Okay. I lost almost half of my gold.
Jeez.
Jeez, dude.
No, I started with gold.
There's not too many ways to get gold thus far in Strixhaven, to be honest. It's really just your jobs.
Yep. Anchoretta would buy the blackest of black.
It's bitter af.
Good.
She got what she asked for then.
You can definitely taste the potency of it, though.
Perfect.
That'll be 2 copper.
Each.
Okay.
Yeah, unless it's an extremely like if you go to Starbucks and get like a really specialized drink, it'll be 3. But otherwise, yeah, it's just 2 copper.
Okay.
That's why everyone loves this place.
I'll give her 4 because the 2 for tip.
You're like, I didn't realize it was that cheap. Fuck.
All right.
Wait, so we overpaid pretty much.
No, I gave her 2 for a tip.
No. I meant for the.
That was specialty.
If
you were looking
a regular
first.
drink you normally get.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No.
A very specific request.
So if Anchoretta actually says that, oh, I don't think so. This does exactly what I wanted it to.
She didn't say that. It was just me being stupid with math.
I see, I see.
Or the economy, I guess. I don't know.
Or both. Anyway, so while we discuss our plan about where to obtain creature essence, um, Kendricks will let you guys know about how potent and powerful this is, including the drawback.
Yeah, you would be considered incapacitated and unconscious for 3 days straight after its effects end.
Got it. So we shouldn't brew any actual cups of tea with it.
Unless you want to be a
At least, not unless you have something dire to complete.
That would make a good potion for a Romeo and Juliet situation.
You gotta time it just fucking right.
But either way, I believe this will be a potent enough stimulant to get the job done. Now, as to the creature essence, we have effectively two options. We can either pay exorbitant prices to purchase
Technically
the
speaking, you don't know
essence.
how much they're charging, but that's basically the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm only assuming that they bought out the supply to scalp it. Much like anybody who
I mean,
buys.
it is the future entrepreneurs of Strixhaven after all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like anybody who buys ridiculous amounts of Magic the Gathering secret layers, they're just doing it to scalp it onto eBay. Anyway, so we can either pay exorbitant amounts of money for the overpriced scalpers who bought out this supply originally, or we could attempt to collect some ourselves.
How exactly is that done? I don't mind trying to collect it myself, but I don't really think I know how.
Well, see, what you do is you get a cattle prod and a horse. No, I'm not gonna.
Go on.
Before I continue, just so you know, this is incredibly humane and very okay with the creature. So what you do is you stick the cattle prod up its ass.
Does
And-
does he actually know how to do it?
It actually, for the record, to get the creature essence, there actually is I found an area. I found a page where he actually does go into really big detail about how to harvest it, how to go about catching the critters, and different methods to allow you to go do it, and everything like that. There's a lot of detail for going about this whole assignment.
Hmm.
But that's if you choose to go get it yourself. If you want to just buy the end result, you can.
I mean, but you do make a good point though about how expensive it might be, and honestly, if we
But you don't know
figure-
how expensive it's expensive. They might think it's expensive, but it's like, oh, 5G, whatever, fuck it here. Because a lot of things, if you didn't, I'll remind you as players, a lot of things in this from a lot of these stores only cost copper. And so, relatively speaking, it depends about how expensive you think expensive is. Do you think 1 gold is expensive? Do you think 20 is? Do you think 100 is? It's relative for what you think is expensive. If everything is normally sold for copper here.
So I think Aunt Greta would then, like in response to you, would just suggest going to see how much they cost, and then going out to milk the whatever. I forgot the name.
Milk of the poppy. There is some milk of the poppy, but there's not enough for all of you.
No, we need creature essence and to milk a poppy. Yes.
And
She
pick
was-
out your stimulant, and you
Yeah.
need because Cataris offered to get you higher quality alcohol if you could get him a stimulant and creature essence. But that doesn't mean you don't need creature essence yourself if you're going to go that route.
Yes. So I agree with Reddy. We should go check on the prices, see if maybe we can just buy the creature essence and milk of poppy. Um, but if it's too expensive, we go collect it ourselves.
Fair enough.
Sounds good.
It's spelled with a Y.
Oh, is it? I thought it was
It
like
is.
Yeti, but like ready.
But that's what Alina says. She calls her ready.
Mhm.
Give me an insight check.
Kendricks is
She
looking
loves
displeased.
it. You should probably call her that all the time now.
That's what I was hoping for. So that I have an excuse to keep.
That's
Like,
how you interpret. That's how you interpreted her reaction.
yep. So I have an excuse to keep doing it.
Kendricks looks displeased at dealing with people who take advantage of others, but he will go along with it as it is agreed upon by the group.
Dang, we got a Gryffindor in the party.
I'm a Gryffindor, according to Pottermore.
Okay, so
It's funny you say that because I'm Slytherin.
you want to go to the Biblioplex, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So when you get there in like a free, like the front seated seated area, some people with books, some people with cups of drinks and stuff like that, because there is a small little cafe thing here, but not nearly as big of options. In the at least relatively populated seating areas are Grayson and a few of the other people from this society. And you and give me. I need all of you to give me a perception check.
Perception. Prescription. Oh, I'm doing good at those. Oh, fuck you for doing better.
I look over as you say that. I'm like, oh, I see a 6.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
Yeah,
how-
I find that too.
you say that, but I mean, that's one of the things I built this character to be good at, so.
Alina and Kendricks notice that a couple of people leave the area that where Grayson is sitting with not ingredients but full-on completed potions.
Bruh.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
Hmm.
Got it.
So they're saving you time, energy, effort, everything to just have a completed product.
Mm-mm,
I don't-
hell no.
That
Nope,
doesn't
turn
make
around.
sense,
We're leaving.
I'm
That's
sure
way
that
too
is
low,
something.
For
Papa.
Alina and Kendricks, give me a nature check because you're the only ones who notice the potions. So, at a glance, what kind of potency do you think they have? That's what you're going to be judging right now.
Mm,
For Kendricks, it's a little unclear. Uh, it, it looks like the right potion. It's not like they give you a. You know enough to know that it's not the wrong potion. They're not just trying to sell something that isn't the product. They're not just trying to scam people that way. Lena at least knows you don't get too much of it better, but you realize it's not like a dud where it's like it's the worst possible version of this potion that we're gonna sell you, and it's like it's not a shitty version. You're not gonna get like a failing grade if you turn this in.
See, that's where Saws is gonna get you. He says that, but then he's gonna be like, "Well, I didn't say this" later, and we're gonna get expelled
Well,
for cheating.
I wouldn't buy those anyway because it's too dishonest. If Alina doesn't make the potion herself, then she didn't pass the assignment.
But you're the only one you and Kitch are the only ones who notice that people are leaving with potions, and you're the only one who knows that they are good enough quality to make sure that you will not have a failing grade if you turn one in.
Alina
They're
would
enough quality for that at least.
Alina would point that out and just be like, I don't want to do business with them. This is very dishonest. Just selling the
agree.
potions. I don't even want to buy
However-
the materials.
So you
I
say
was
that out
about to
loud,
say.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Incoretta and Goswood didn't know about the potion in the first place.
Okay, good. Because when Ankarata hears that, she may be lawful evil, but she goes up to the table and she stares that one little dude right in the face. I forgot his name. Grayson. I remember the name. Grayson.
He has initial shock when he sees you, but then recomposes himself because he realizes that you would get in serious trouble if you tried the same thing again here.
Well, she's not here to
He's
bully him.
literally in yelling distance from legitimate faculty members that can mess you up.
She's going to give him a lecture. She's gonna give him a lecture on dishonesty and cutting corners and whatnot, and that he's better. He's better than this.
And he's just like, no, I'm
Intimidation with
not.
disadvantage.
An intimidation. Oh, yay!
Do you want to take the 14 or the 14?
I give disadvantage because you don't know his character. Those things would not phase him. That's not the right tact to go with when trying to intimidate him about not doing something. Um, um, but because he is in a safe area and he genuinely believes what he's doing is not wrong, he's not properly intimidated by you. It's actually a pretty high check based on the exact thing you're trying to get him with.
Dang. Okay.
It wasn't like too much high. I think I would have mentally been okay with it because this is obviously improv, but it's like I would have been okay with it if you got like a 16, 17 kind of thing. But because you had to realize that it's like you're trying to intimidate him in front of his peers in his in his like club job play thing, and in a public place in the broad daylight where a faculty member is really close by. So he's confident in his ability to stand up to you.
Yeah, Anchor doesn't care about that.
I know, but that's why the check is higher.
That's okay. Well, she'll just turn around
So
then.
you have enough wherewithal to realize that that was not successful.
Yep. So she's gonna just turn around, not say anything else, because saying
So
more things will make it worse.
Alina would ask her, do you know his name ready?
Grace, hold on, wait.
You literally said it.
Ankreta only knows his first name actually.
Oh, okay. I was gonna look at
People only ever referred to him as his first name when you heard about his name. Then you demanded that they give you a description.
Gotcha. So then she'll just say Grace, and then
Well, I don't know how many Graysons there are, but the fact that he's in the entrepreneur club would probably make it easy for if we go tell the professor what's happening here. Because I think that's what we should do. This is highly dishonest. People are buying pre-made potions to pass their assignments.
well, I think our next step is to go get our own ingredients, and then we can report it.
As long as we do report this dishonest behavior.
I knew that man was shady from the day I saw him.
Such a shame.
For the record, you still have no idea what Drasmir wanted from him or why he was there.
Drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know for sure because he never actually asked him.
Fucking vampire. It's always the vampires.
Oh, that's right. You think he's a vampire, even though he's just a normal human.
Correct.
Wait, did you call him a vampire out loud?
Did you? Like under your breath, muttering kind of thing?
Yeah. I think she would mutter that.
Alina would look back, and would she be able to tell that he's just a normal human?
Perception check.
Oh, please, 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 please. Ah, fuck!
I mean,
No,
would be
it's
like
high enough.
Thinking about
He's
that
a
too.
vampire too.
No, it's high enough.
Okay.
Alina realizes he's a human. She rolled like a 2 or some shit, dude. With perception, she hit below a 5 on perception when she rolled for that. Like I said in the recap and everything, she rolled like a 3 or some shit, I think.
Oh yeah, it was a 3.
Yeah, it was
Right.
bad.
So Alina would just like give Anchoretta a confused look.
Alina realizes that Anchoretta genuinely thinks that this guy's a vampire. Alina's like, he's just a human. As far as Alina can tell, anyway, he's just a regular human like any other human she's ever met.
Yeah, she just like gives Anchoretta like a confused look, like, he's a human, right?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Anchoretta, she seems as sure as you are that he's a vampire. Because you seemed pretty confident when you thought when you deduced that he was a vampire in the first place.
I will have to do some more research into him then. He's a very suspicious man.
Well, clearly he's not a good person.
All right, on to the.
I need a stealth check from Anchoretta.
Okay. It's
Disadvantage.
no, she doesn't have her thing on.
Oh.
I unequipped it because I realize now my AC is Dookie. But
Wait, you're naked right now?
no, she
You
just
can
has
have
regular,
clothing on. What do you think people
Yeah.
have under armor, dude?
just regular clothes.
She just seems like the kind of person that would wear just armor.
That seems very impractical and uncomfortable and painful.
Chafing everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I know about chafing.
Okay.
I did like a self whisper roll as a GM to do it, but to be honest, that is the exact number he rolled for perception to see if he could hear what you said, and that was like and what your stealth check was matched his, so it's like making the exact number needed for a save, and it's like so he succeeds, so he heard you call him a vampire.
Oh, great.
You don't know that he heard you, but you didn't care enough to mutter, so you muttered in the first place, but he heard you. As a player, you know. Everyone else, from your vantage point, you can see a change in Grayson's face as soon as she says it to know that whatever she said made him confused and insulted and annoyed.
Oh man,
But you don't know what she said though, because she was one of those. She went over to him specifically, then came back to you. And for the record, no one has actually asked the price of this potion. Are you all as a group deciding to ignore ever the option of buying a potion?
I think
Yes.
we're all just ignoring it by default. I think all of our morals are just too high.
Miss Evil is too high.
Okay, lawful evil, lawful. Come on now.
A lawful evil person arguably can easily see a buying your solution out of a problem.
Yeah, but she's not that kind of lawful evil. She's like a slightly bent up backwards lawful evil.
Lawful evil. I cannot have you be dishonest in here. Only I'm allowed to be dishonest in here.
Yeah, pretty much.
How does Kendrick feel about the potion?
Displeased that someone is effectively selling the answer.
That is, in essence, exactly what they are doing. Yes. And to confirm, out of above board, yeah, you will not fail if you ended up buying their potion. You will not fail, and it's not one of those. You're not going to get a failing grade. You're going to get an incomplete or some bullshit. No, you will have a passing grade if you turn in that potion.
That's not worth it.
So
Yeah, because we're going to report it, and anybody who bought them is going to fail.
I'm not sure you know how the school works.
That makes me upset.
do these potions look?
Why
like
do you
those?
think there is a future entrepreneur society in the first place? Are you saying that as a group they would try something that they're literally not allowed to do on campus, and they're selling things in a public area like the biblioplex? You think that would go on that would go on without any allowances by faculty when they're
Yeah,
in eyesight of faculty?
But if it's an arcanobotany class, like why would you get a passing grade for skipping
The class, the assignment was to bring him a functional potion of motion. It was never given. The details were never given about about how you would need to obtain it, or that you had to make it yourself.
I mean, but he gave us the ingredients, so one would assume.
He didn't give you the ingredients. Remember,
He
you're
gave us
still
the
lacking the
list.
ingredients.
No, I mean, he gave us the list of the ingredients, like in my head at least. Like if you tell me what the ingredients are.
Okay. As far as that goes, it's kind of like you have a textbook for every class. If you had to look in the glossary, he was this gruff. Okay, your next assignment: make this potion. Dismissed. That's all the info he gave you. You basically had to look up in the glossary, like, what the fuck is in that potion? And so you had to look in like your Arcana biology books or whatever, and realize, oh, that's the ingredient list. Okay. So he did not give enough of instructions to let you if you want to morally justify, I hate the bad stuff. That's on your character. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. I just wanted to confirm that you, as a group, were declining buying a potion. but just know that they would not be doing that if it was just straight up not allowed on campus in this public of an area.
What's a fucked up rule around the school? But I think Anchoretta would stay to her her morals. She was not going to purchase his potion.
There are two other people from the Entrepreneurial Society around different areas of this seating area doing the same thing as he is. Would you actually want to approach one of them and buy a potion from them?
Still no.
No,
Okay.
gonna make it ourselves.
Okay. That means you can go to Sedgemoor, which is a vaguely swampy area, but it's not. It's basically right. It's right. It should be near campus.
I have a question real quick.
What bass?
If we're going to a swamp, I just need to know this. Can heavy armor fit in a backpack?
I mean, if you have only that in there, I feel like it would.
Because if they're going to go to a swamp, she's going to put it on. So give her 15 minutes, okay, guys? Go piss or something. Get some snacks.
Do you need any help, Reddy?
Did you seriously just ask her that?
What? She's trying to be helpful.
And in Alina's mind, you are perfectly fine and even content with the nickname that she gave you.
She'll just. She doesn't respond because I don't know how to respond to that, honestly.
It's like someone called you a nickname that you told them that you don't like, and that in your mind you responded multiple times about negatively toward that nickname, but they called you it again.
Wait. Anchoretta actually did say she didn't like it the first time, right?
A very like sessions ago.
I am so sorry then. Alina wouldn't have been calling her that.
Oh.
That is completely my bad. She would not have been calling her Reddy if the first time she called you that, you expressed that you didn't like it. She would have been referring to you as Anchoretta this whole time.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, then she would respond to you if you asked if she needed help, and she would gladly allow you to help her.
Okay, then it hopefully
it's your way to see a naked person.
No.
Taking off clothes to put it on, it's like going over your clothes.
Yeah, and hopefully then it won't take like 15 minutes. We could probably cut the time in half.
Basically.
Yeah. If only we had a magical spell to put armor on instantly.
I mean, do you?
Oh, hey, I do have something like that. Thank you for reminding me.
You're not even a fighter. What kind of armor do you need?
Mage armor.
Oh my god. I thought you meant.
Like, I keep forgetting that's a thing I can do.
Yeah, let me put my armor back on because I do not like having 12 AC. No, thank you.
I have 12 AC.
18 AC. That's where it's at.
I have shield.
You have a shield or?
No, I have the spell shield.
You should use it more often.
I don't get attacked very often. I wasn't in the last confrontation.
You hear that, Sauce?
Why doesn't that change?
Huh.
I'm super confused.
So Sedgemoor is a swampy area. I don't want it to take forever, so I'm actually going to make it it does give me optional ways to force combat on you and make it more of a challenge, but actually this is going to be a tough enough roll. There's like a series of a bunch of different rolls to do, and I may have rolled the worst for you for how much you have to work with in the first place, so we'll see how it goes. So you get to Sedgemoor. It is humid. You hear like the buzzing of mosquitoes in the distance, and you see that it is supposed to. It should be literally crawling with pest mascots that are ideal for harvesting creature essence from. The Witherbloom inclined and the Quandrix inclined because Witherbloom because this is near your area, and Quandrix because you're just book smart naturally. But Alina's probably shocked by the fact that yeah, you have to like literally carve a pest creature open. It's not like, oh my god, it's a poor little animal. No, these are like weird ass magical arcana based creatures. It's fine. Don't feel guilty. Um,
Well, by their name, they're pests anyway. So
yeah, literally pest mascot. Um, uh, one of them is climbing a tree. Another is swimming in the muddy water, and another is crawling through thick vegetation. There's exactly 3 in this area.
do we?
Even if you crit a perception check, that for the distance that you can see from your current location, there are only 3 in this area.
Hmm.
So we need to go find more after this.
But that is for creature essence. I will need you all to make a nature check. If you want to look, actually no. If you want to look for an alternative to the tea that Kendrick spot for a stimulant. If you don't want to, then you're just here for creature essence.
Now the
Because you
tea seems like the best.
Yeah, the tea.
Okay.
Creature essence.
Plus, he spent 10 gold on it. Like, why waste it?
Exactly.
That sounds like a sunken cost fallacy, but okay.
So I think
Okay.
we should work together to gather the essence from these creatures, and then we can work as a group to get 5 in total.
Agreed.
Makes sense.
So how one, as I said, one's climbing up and down a tree. It's not by any means a short tree either. There one is swimming in really muddy water, and the other is crawling through really thick vegetation. How would you want to go about gathering them? You
Um,
can you can try to think about luring them, trying to climb up the tree, trying to go through the vegetation yourself, using a non-damaging spell, all kinds of stuff. What do you want to do?
let me see.
I think Alina might be best
How
suited.
how big are these? How big are these things?
About as big as the mascot stuff, mascot dolls.
So they weigh less than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Can I just use Mage Hand to try to grab them?
I will need an Arcana check from you.
Ooh, come on, come on, come on, come
You try multiple times. Which one are you going after?
on. I guess whichever one seems like it would be easiest. Maybe the one in the tree. No, probably the one in the mud.
Okay, because this is muddy water to the point where would any of you try going into the muddy water to try to if you went up to it, which actually, or you're seeing Alina's already going for that one, so you're like whatever, because you don't know it doesn't you don't know from just a glance at the muddy water how deep it actually is. With that roll though, you will your mage hand will try to grasp at it again and again, but it'll always be a little too fast or speed up right when you get to it, kind of thing, because you're using your mental control over the mage hand and move it around and stuff, and so that you didn't quite get it.
I think Greta will help out or try to.
Seeing as how all of this you have to get your hands somewhat dirty, he's gonna let the others deal with it.
Damn.
Ankaretta, what are you going to go after a different one, or are you going to try to help specifically?
The one that Alina's trying to catch.
The one that Alina's trying to catch is the one swimming around in muddy water.
Yeah, and
Are you going to go into the muddy water
yeah, why wouldn't she?
with all of your stuff on you, or are you going to sit at the like quote unquote shore?
Bro, you don't know what's in that water. She's gonna. Oh wait, you mean her armor or her like inventory?
Backpack and stuff. Yeah, inventory. Like, how much are you going to carry with you into the muddy water?
Okay, well she'll put her backpack down, but she'll like keep her armor on, of course, and that's.
Who doesn't want to sink into a muddy abyss, right?
I mean, like she's smart enough to know that
You
she
just
can
take
sink in
one
there,
step and just vanish immediately.
because otherwise
What
she'd be
fucking
coming
power
in
in
there.
a Fallout game like Fallout 4? You just walk into the water. Woof.
She has an extra 130 pounds on her, so take that off.
So that takes about 10 minutes to doff your armor.
No, not the armor.
Like all the stuff in the backpack.
Yeah,
So,
she's
as I
she's
said,
not.
so you said you put your backpack down.
No, she has her armor on her. Like she already donned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then she just puts all of her like her backpack away, but her armor's still on because she's not trying to be squishy.
That's the first thing he said. And you keep
Oh,
saying no, she doesn't do that.
oh,
Yeah, because I asked if you had
I'm
your
so
armor
sorry.
on,
Oh
and
my god.
because you put it on when you on the way before you came here,
Yes,
but now you're
yes.
going in specifically muddy water where you don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, but she's gonna keep it
heavy
on.
armor is not buoyant.
Yeah, she's gonna keep it on though. She's good. She's fine.
Okay,
It's okay.
I will need an acrobatics check at disadvantage.
Acrobatic.
With a 13, you are only barely able to catch it.
Yay! Now do we crack it open?
You will now need an you will now basically have to like swim slowly back to fucking shore, and
Oh,
now you're like almost covered from like chin to toe in mud.
yeah, she's cool with it.
Goswin is not, and will press the digitation to get rid of the mud.
Thank you.
Looks better without all the mud.
Are you all just focusing on this one pest, or are you trying to go after the other ones as well?
I mean,
Well, now that she's got that one, we'll start on the next one, which I guess in the tree. And if I don't, is my mage hand still active?
It's a cantrip. You can always recast it.
yeah.
Okay, then I'll just recast mage hand to try and catch the one in the tree again.
Perception check.
Ugh. Reception.
Chop the tree down.
You realize it's out of your mage hand's reach, which is 30 feet.
Fuck.
That makes
Mm.
sense.
Let's climb a tree.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, Kendrix, since you have those claws, you might be a little more easier to get up the tree.
I'm not a tabaxi.
Well,
With
you do
that
have
said, I was
claws.
planning on going after the one in the tree anyway. So I guess
I would
my
need
question.
I would need an acrobatics to go from limb to limb because it's not just a straight trunk like in a bunch of TV shows and movies where it's just, hey, what do you know? The trunk has no branches on this side the whole entire way up, and it's like that's not how
Oh,
trees
who
work.
said I was gonna climb the tree? How
Okay,
far
well,
is it?
it's about 45 feet up.
So well within range.
I will need an Arcana check.
I just realized I probably, instead of mage hand, I probably could have used shape water to get that thing much easier.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
You said Arcana.
Yep.
Well, I'm not terrible at this.
You entangle it and restrict it so it doesn't go up any higher. Now it's literally just stuck there. You made it stop and stay there, but you didn't bring it down to you.
Oh,
Because
I
that's what the
know. I
point of
was just
are.
trying to keep it. I was just trying to keep it still. Was anything in our lessons about extracting essence geared towards keeping it alive?
No.
Hmm.
But but there were lessons in how to do it properly, so you can actually get enough essence for a potion in the first place, rather than wasting a bunch of the material. Like you know about survival checks and harvesting alchemy supplies, kind of thing.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
see.
exactly. It's like that.
Hmm.
You've been taught how to do it from your books about how to go about getting a creature essence from the pest mascots and stuff, but you realize there is a method to it. It's not just cut them open as soon as you kill them, you can get it. No, there's more to it. Would anyone want to climb up the 45 feet or anything like that while he has it stuck?
I'm a water elf, not a wood elf.
Can we just teleport up there?
I mean,
If you're confident that one of the branches will support you to not have you fall the whole way down.
Is can I look at the branch and
Give
see?
me a nature check. See if you know the tree. Sure, it'll hold you.
I'll try a nature check as well to see.
Oh, it's a really sturdy tree. No
Oh,
question. No
I guess
question.
she's going up there.
Something. Let's see. Now, I'm not sure about that.
It's a thick. You know this to be a breed of tree that has a pretty solid trunk, but the branches are deceptively brittle. Where you think they can hold a lot more weight than they actually can. But
I
you see
wouldn't
Incaretta and
recommend.
Alina. Yeah, you see Incaretta and Alina go toward the tree.
Oh, Alina wasn't going to try to climb it. She was just
Oh,
checking to see if it was like, would that support Anchoretta's weight?
oh, Alina thinks it is thoroughly convinced that it would.
And so
Considering
is
how
Incaretta.
small Alina is in comparison to Anchoretta, it might hold her weight.
Incaretta with armor?
No,
No,
Alina.
I
It
know.
might hold Alina's
Incaretta with
weight.
a different story.
Well, Alina, I mean, with Alina's nature check, well, it holds me, so clearly it'll hold her. But I'm like, nah, those branches aren't going to support your weight, at least not for very long.
It's up to you two whether you believe him or not, though. But you two both think that there would be no issue in holding anyone's weight.
Oh, I would probably listen to the druid.
Slash guy in the plant club.
Mm-hmm.
Slash
Yeah,
guy with a plant job.
That's fair. Maybe we should listen
Slash
to
guy
him.
who is literally manipulating plants.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what the first one was, druid.
Not all
Can,
druids are plant based.
can Anchoretta throw
Some are
the
animal
girl up
based.
there? Alina?
The girl.
You want to throw the girl up there.
Yeah. So you
I
can...
I am a sea elf, not a wood elf. Trees aren't my specialty.
But you're
I see
light.
literally nothing wrong
What
with
does
this.
Alina weigh?
You're small.
Not
Um,
as a race. It's still a medium race,
You're
humanoid.
skinny. You're skinny.
she'd probably be like, man, I actually don't know what like a decent weight for like an average sized girl would be.
Wow, not a good sign, man.
Is she like my body type? Or is she like
Oh,
your mom's body type?
neither. Um, I mean, you see the picture of her. She is kind of petite.
But are you? But you never declared her as a small humanoid, so it'd be a little confusing trying to call her small. Want you to be
No,
clear.
I didn't mean small as in like race size. I meant like small as compared to like other people. Like and
Yeah, like
credit sisters.
she would be around like I would say 5'3", 5'4".
Well, she's
Kind of.
like 120 pounds.
She would be
That,
like kind of.
that's like anorexic thin, unless you have the right genetics for it. Otherwise, like I don't know, 140ish. If you have anything other bigger than an A cup, I swear.
Yeah, she looks flat. So let's throw her.
Some
2d20s.
some of those pictures that the AI generated, oh, they gave her some bazongas.
What the fuck?
Wait, are we each rolling two or one each?
No.
Wait, yeah.
She needed to roll 2 because I wanted it to be disadvantage. She rolled a 2 and threw you into the tree. Take how I need Lena to roll a 1d6.
I I want to say, if you actually did this, Alina did not consent to this.
Would Alina resist being thrown?
I mean, she would have probably been caught off guard, I feel like.
That's
I thought we agreed on.
No! No, I never said yes.
fighting over it.
And Kirita got excited, so I need a d6 from Alina. Alina, you took 2 damage right to the head. She threw you instead of up the tree, it was into the tree. Literally, had a bad angle, and you went head first into the trunk.
Oh,
Oh my god.
why
So
did you
sorry.
do that?
I didn't mean to do it. I mean, I did, but I didn't. I thought we had a plan, and clearly my judgment is clouded. I must be thinking about other things, other people.
Can I just magic missile the branch that the thing is on and make it fall?
It's on the trunk.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna move anytime soon.
It's on like the primary trunk. Don't say anytime soon. That spell only lasts for a minute,
That's
and
fine.
you're burning that time by talking this whole time. I want you to realize that.
If I'm like standing up against the tree, would it now be within range of my mage hand?
You're not 15 feet tall.
Oh, can she
Oh,
stand on my
20.
shoulders?
He locked it in at. Are you both together 15 feet tall or more?
Wait.
Are you
No.
10 feet tall?
Kendrick's locked it in with Entangle at 45 feet up.
Because
Uh.
it was going up the tree.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I see now what the issue is.
Okay, then Alina will just try to climb up 15 feet and grab it with the
Acrobatics.
ma-
If you're not used to this, I need some kind of check. Yeah.
Well, actually, she's good at acrobatics from her water dancing.
Look at you, little sea elf climbing trees.
Before the spell ends and the entangle goes away, you are able with that roll. You're able to get 20 feet up.
Then I will use the mage hand to grab it.
Arcana.
Ooh, come on.
You,
Hey!
you get it. You get it by its back that was exposed via the angle it was stuck in from the vines.
Alright.
And right as your mage hand grabs it, the vines dissipate immediately.
Then she would just be like, Anchoretta, can you catch me?
Yeah.
Okay, here I come. And she'll just like let herself fall down to Anchoretta.
Deck save from Incoretta.
You
Oh.
better fucking succeed. Thank you.
You
As
catch
long-
her, the pest mascot floating slowly down within the mage hand.
And she will use the mage hand to give it to Anchoretta because she is now the designated pest carrier.
She is now pest control.
How are you gonna get one? It's kind of like a lot of movies where they have really tall grass in a really open field, and it's just one pest mascot like going all around in like the super tall grass kind of thing.
I mean, we do have a druid who controls plants.
Who could use the same thing he did on the other one.
But
It'll be easy.
he doesn't even have a visual cue because it's not moving nonstop.
I mean, if we lock it in place, we can just.
Yeah, I know, but he has to see. He has to know where to lock it in though. Would you try using Entangle again, Voss, or would you try a different strategy? Knowing that you don't have a current clear sight on it.
Because I've got a lot of spells that I could use. Entangle was effective, but because I don't have a clear line of sight, there's a good chance it just won't be able to get caught easily by it. Are we able to traverse the bush that it's in?
Yeah, but it's like plant growth where your speed is quartered. It's really thick vegetation.
Might get us a better view upon it.
What was that, Matt?
Might give us a better view upon it.
It's not a small grassy area. It's a bigger grassy area. The way how you saw it go into the grass when you first arrived, but it's a lot of grass to have to walk through and to try to keep up with it. It seems to not be hindered by the same kind how the grass hinders you.
Does anybody have fire related abilities to just burn this grass away?
I would say no to that because
What?
we do not wish.
Also, I said that out of character, so you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We are in a swamp. Swamp land doesn't burn well.
Can we use necrotic?
Can we?
You can. What's your idea?
We just touch it.
I don't
Touch
think any
what?
of us have necrotic abilities like that.
The grass. We touch the
It is
grass.
a big field of grass. You can only kill so much of it.
We
What would we touch the grass? How does touching the grass help?
Question: are these
Never
pests
mind.
considered beasts?
They are considered. I want to consider them an aberration, or
Okay.
they're like a docile aberration.
Hmm.
But they act more with prey-like tendencies. So you can't just like uh, well, if you that means if you get one to be docile, you can have it as a pet kind of pseudo thing. But they're normally magic based, but doesn't mean that magic can't coalesce into them, and they can sometimes be a literal pest on campus. That's why they're called that.
Well, that's not really why I wanted to know, but
Okay.
the extra info is useful. Okay. Um, so I should be able to do that, right?
No.
Let's see. Does it appear to be moving relatively easily?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be hindered whatsoever by the terrain.
Because no, can't choose that.
And this whole time, Godwin's like, "Good work, peons. Good work."
Yep.
Just because of that, we should only catch 4.
For the record, there's only 3 here. Period. Like I told you.
Well, we'll have to find more of them.
No, 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 no. It was for running this concept. It was like roll like how many pest things are there for the players? It's 1d6 plus 2. I rolled a 1.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's literally only 3 of these, and you have to harvest them properly. And even then, it'll only give 3 of you the proper amount of creature essence for a potion. And that's if you want to choose to give one away for Catarus to get to rest assured that you get a higher quality alcohol.
Then we'll have to buy some more creature essence. We won't buy the potion, but it's okay to buy the ingredients for it to make
Only
it
if
ourselves.
one of you was really good friends with someone who knew how to get alcohol easily. Too bad you burned some bridges, right?
I would like to wild shape
Into
a constrictor snake.
Form of a puddle of water.
shape of an ice manure.
Oh, oh, oh.
1DF.
Sorry, I clicked on the fudge dice.
Oh, is that what that does? I was curious.
Now I want to actually make fudge in the shape of a d20.
But the reason I want to turn into a constrictor snake is so that I can essentially follow it and attempt to catch it that way. Grab it at the very least, insofar as even if I can't move it, if I've got it constricted, someone else can come over and grab it.
Okay. But keep in mind that none of you have seen him wild shape. He has nature magic before, but you've never seen him turn into an animal before now.
I mean,
He's a lion man, but now he's a snake out of nowhere.
he did have
So
injury spells, so.
I don't know. Would Alina know that that's a thing druids can do?
Intelligence check.
Hmm.
Maybe. It's not too far fetched. He's pretty naturey after all. Animals are naturey.
So I guess she wouldn't be too shocked or surprised because it's like that seems like something druids could do.
Like, huh? Yeah, that checks out.
In the in the immortal words of Goku, he's an X-Man.
See, I don't watch that.
I don't want to be that guy, but
Vegeta, look,
What does
a
Gosman do?
Pokemon.
no, I mean out of game. I don't want to be that guy, but constrictor snakes have a swim speed.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. I was like, I'm 90% sure they did. So I just double
Oh,
checked.
they do. You're right.
So
Shoot.
I'm like, technically you wouldn't.
Because my first thought was to turn into like a Bloodhawk or something, but those have a fly speed, so I can't do that. Well, shoot. Hold on.
You can fly
I
over
could-
the grass and try to dive into it.
But he
Well,
can't
yeah,
fly.
but I can't turn into anything with a fly speed yet.
Oh, yeah.
How about
Same
a
with the
garden
swim.
snake?
Oh, swim is level 4, huh?
Yep.
I was like, I'm 90% sure that was a thing. So
I mean, I could turn into a poisonous snake, but the whole point of turning into the constrictor snake was to, you know, constrict it.
I find it amusing that you're all like going on a hunt, but one of the most obvious things to do in a hunt is just all ignoring it.
What, shoot
Bait?
it?
I can't really say because it's literally just giving you the answer. But like, and
Bait.
you all said no to that from the potion, so
Bait. We could use bait. We could masturbate it.
Wait, did we think about shooting it?
you need to harvest the Christian essence properly. You all know, you all have been aware of that, at least that much. If you outright just kill it, then it's a waste of material.
Mm. Wait, hold on. Oh my god, wait, we're chasing after, right?
You're at the edge of the big grass. It's like collarbone height grass for the shortest of you.
Why can't
So
we just...
Alina, it's like up to your collarbone as far as for the how high the grass goes.
Oh,
And
never mind.
it is weaving in and out around in the grass. And that's where it is currently. But it's intermittent, and it's like and you can't really see the thing itself, but you know from the grass moving about where it vaguely is. So you're at the edge of the grass because the grass itself, when you try walking through it, it's like plant growth where it restricts your movement to 1/4.
Which is why I was thinking of becoming something that is less cumbersome, like a snake. Although I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be. Oh well.
It's like you could be a lizard.
I could. But again, I wanted to be something that would be good at
Traversing
preventing
a
it
fucking
from moving.
swamp.
Yeah.
Does Ankaretta or Alina have any ideas for how to get through this grass?
I was just gonna teleport through it, but
It
maybe
is
not.
just consider it like a square footage of like, I don't know, 100 square feet.
What?
Ankaretta, don't you have a sword?
Oh, we can do like Link does in the games.
Hat!
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, let's swish. There we go. I sliced all the grass.
Not all of it. I would consider that a successful hit of about 5 square feet of like directly in front of you. But it's gonna be like one of those jungle games or movies or shows where you have to basically continuously hack at all the grass all the damn time.
Oh.
And it is extremely slow going.
Okay.
And after a certain point, considering it's not the easiest to hack through in the first place, that you are going to get tired pretty easily from doing just a bit of it. If you can already tell from that first slash, you hacked a bit of the grass down, but then you realize it should have been more grass hacked down by that. This is like resilient plant life.
Well, that does make sense.
Dang.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to do stuff with all of my different abilities that could potentially help, but I'm not really.
Keep in mind that they are, I would consider them aberrations, like docile ones, but they do act and have the tendency of beasts.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking I could the reason I originally asked if they were beasts is if I could transform into one.
Because you definitely have seen one.
Because I have seen it. If it was a beast and its CR was 1/4 or less, I could turn into it. But if it's not, I mean, I could turn into a cow and slowly mow this grass down, but I feel like that might take more time than we have for the entire assignment. So
I mean, I could use burning hands, burn it all down, but it's not
Burn
gonna
down
work
to the.
like that.
Oh, a pest mascot. So keep in mind that these are all Witherbloom focused mascots, because the other ones have something different. A spirit statue for Loreholt, an art elemental for Prismari, a fractal for Quandrix, and an inkling for Silverquill. The pest is only for Witherbloom. Those are the only ones that are here.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
Okay, just want to make sure you realized.
we are in a Witherbloom area.
I'm out of ideas, guys.
Would
I
we
mean,
be
I
able
could
to?
just try a Hail Mary YOLO entangle.
I dare you.
How do you want to go about that?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do we like? Is it like popping up above the grass every now and then?
No, but you can see like a lot of the grass is completely stationary and not moving. But then a little bit of way, you see a portion of it just like moves a little bit and it goes a certain direction, then it stops again, kind of thing. But as soon as it stops, it's like a tree blade stopping, where it's like it immediately becomes hard to tell which is a bit where exactly the grass stops moving at, kind of thing.
So if you want to try and entangle, my idea would be to pay very close attention to when it moves, what direction it's moving, and try to aim at where it seems like it's going.
Keep in mind
Yeah.
that entangle only lasts for a minute. Are you confident that you can get? It's about, I would say, 50, 55 feet away from you right now. Can you, if you can't get that from where you are to where it is in under a minute, entangle's going to go away.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
the
did.
fastest person in the party, and even then, even if I were dashing, I'd have trouble getting there because um, that'd be basically 15 times 2 is 30. I could make it there in 2 rounds.
Incorrect could teleport in.
What?
What?
Nothing.
You could teleport in.
Well,
It would get you there
I mean,
semi quicker.
I did say it kind of jokingly, but can we? Is there any way to like use bait or something to attract it?
Yes.
Oh,
Who do we? Who do we have any idea what it would like?
Unfortunately, this
Give
is
me a history check. Just
normally
Jess, because he's the only one who
outside.
asked about it.
Hmm.
You remembered the one on the tree eating a little bit of some nearby moss on one of the rock. That is really plentiful moss in that area, but not near the grass. And right before it started climbing up the tree.
Um, guys,
So you think it might be a possibility of luring it out?
we might be able to use that moss over there to lure it and trap it.
Hmm.
let's do it.
We
All
could
right.
like we could like set it up, and instead of trying to build a trap real quick, because obviously that would take time and rolls and stuff, we could set up the moss, hide, and then if it approaches it, you just entangle it.
That works. So I'll use Druidcraft to grow that moss. in our designated trap spot.
Give me animal handling to see how successful it is.
Oh lordy.
Specifically from you, Voss, because you're the one doing the magic to do it.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Okay.
gonna end. Oh,
It's
much
gonna end
better than I
well.
thought. When I first saw it, I saw the 9, and I'm like, God damn it.
Oh wait, there's a one there as well.
Sorry, I'm just used to this site going, nah, Kendricks doesn't get to have fun.
Not just Kendricks,
Yeah.
Winston, and the other guy as well. 'Cause I don't think
Yeah,
he's.
You successfully, if you burn another slot for it, you successfully entangle this pet mascot.
I will
Yes.
definitely be burning another spell slot. I was waiting to
19 is definitely a success. Yes.
well, I was waiting for you to say when I could spring the trap.
Yeah, it's
There
properly
we go.
lured and is just chilling down on the moss, very stationary.
And grab.
For the record, that's what I was wondering too. It's like you mentioned specifically if you want to lure it out, what kind of check to give you and stuff, and it's like, so you're hunting, but you don't want to give it bait. Okay, it's just a chase and tackle effect for a lot of it. Got it. That's the way you guys
Yeah,
are going. Okay.
I mean, when you mentioned we were hunting, like I said, I said it kind of jokingly, but I was kind of serious, like, oh, we could use bait. Um, but we kind of glossed over it. Because I guess I was
I know because
too.
I didn't want to just give you the answer because I had to bring that up. It's like I can't believe you guys are just missing this entirely.
But yeah,
But yeah, it came out and you properly yoinked it, and now you have to. I want all of you to give. Who is going to be attempting to harvest from the 3 different pest mascots?
whoever does,
Is there anyone who's just gonna like stand back and just watch?
I will help.
I think Coretto would volunteer if no one
Because
else.
you're gonna have to be doing this a lot if you're Wizard Bloom.
Yeah, that's why she would volunteer. But oh
Goblin
look,
would
guys,
use guidance on whoever's actually doing it.
So you're not gonna do it either.
No, I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Oh yeah, because prestidigitation can never make him clean again. You're right. Oh no.
I don't want to get my hands
Yep.
dirty, but that's if I have to.
So I think we're gonna be the only one who's actually doing the work of harvesting the essence.
I guess so.
Is it survival?
Nope.
Well, like I said, Alina will help her with it.
And
So,
explain
help
to me,
action.
explain to me how you're helping.
Uh, I mean, I'm assuming she has to cut stuff open, and it's basically like I'm assuming it's basically like performing surgery.
First is making sure you know enough about anatomy, and then harvesting.
So Alina would basically be like the assistant who like hands the tools or like keeps stuff open and like helps with that kind of stuff.
I'll give you an unspoken flat bonus rather than advantage. Sai, roll nature.
Okay. I would
Come
also
on.
like to use my student dice too, and a guidance if possible.
I mean, I did cast guidance on the person who's.
Cause I'm a rolling dookie with nature today, bro. Yeah, look, see, I fucking told you.
Did you want to use your student dice?
Yes. Can I also use?
With guidance, that would be 2d4.
Okay, cool. I don't know if I can use them both at the same time.
You
You
can.
better get an 8. You better get an 8.
16 is high enough to accurately judge what part of the anatomy you need to harvest it from. And so now I will need a sleight of hand check to see how well you harvest it.
Oh. Okay. Can I use my dice for that too?
Do you have a slide? Do you have is your class appropriately do sleight of hand? I don't think it does. I think your physiology's one is nature and survival, right?
Honey, that's a dex. I got 0.
You said you were doing. Oh,
My. Hey, add a d4. It might help. I don't
She-
know.
your knife dug right into it, and you basically wasted all of the creature essence that creature would give. It
Oh
is now
my
a dud.
god.
So
my
you
God.
guys couldn't hear it, but she did just straight up scream. But it peaked the mic.
I'm so upset. Of
Yeah.
all the fucking numbers, I would have been fine with it too.
The next
There
one will
were there
benefit
were there were
some people.
3 creatures to get stuff from for this, due to luck. Let's say that, and you basically burned through one of them already.
Yup.
All right.
I will. It is after seeing that. Does anyone else want to literal stab at trying to harvest
I
it
will.
because you don't believe her ability in her ability to get the job done because she fucked it up royally?
And I will
I
help
will.
Kendrix as I was attempting to help Ankaretta.
Then I will cast guidance on Kendrix. Then
All right, so
Based
you
on her uh, foray into this,
you can
did
get
I learn
you can get
anything?
you can get nature with advantage to try to
Okay,
check on the anatomy for where you saw her attempt.
fair enough. All right, well, here's to rolling well.
Hey,
you can add a
you want
And
to
then
add
D4.
he
that?
put
Good.
guidance on you, so you get an extra D4.
Uh, don't I get to choose, don't I? When I use that, because I'd rather use it on something
Yeah,
I'm not as good at.
keep in mind, it's yeah, it's you can roll a d4 and add it. You don't
Yes.
have to. It's not forced
Yep.
on you. It's like in the for the next roll. But you
And if you'd
Which
like
I
to use
plan on using it on the next roll.
it's
I
not
mean, he
one
could
shot,
just
though.
recast it.
sleight of hand.
Yeah,
Well, what
and then
what
I'm
there
gonna add. I'll add the D4 to this. I don't care. I'm adding the D4 to this. Roll 1d4.
I am
Do the
flabbergasted.
thing. There we go. Okay,
And then
16.
wasn't there also a bonus because I was helping?
Yeah, I can. I said it was an unspoken amount, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yep.
But I will tell you that it is a successful amount, and you are from the one pest mascot. Kendrix then shows Ankaretta the fuck up and successfully extracts enough of creature essence for exactly 1 potion.
It
Each ma-
wasn't me
each mascot
trying to
is.
show her up, though.
But anyone who ever saw it's like by comparison, it's by default you did it, dude.
I mean, that's fair, but
I think it was
I would make
intentional.
a mention. I would make a mention that the only reason I was able to do it is because I saw her try it first.
Dang, Denver's typing a lot.
So it's like she showed you what not to do.
Kinda. I wouldn't phrase it that way. I'd be a little more diplomatic about it, but
There is one past mascot left, and currently, out of the creature essence you came here to get, there's only enough for 1 potion.
Seeing as how the rolls, the additives are, I'm very surprised at this point. I'm surprised your nature isn't
Uh,
at least slightly higher, Kendrix.
Yeah. Who is going to attempt the last pest mascot?
I mean, Rixie was successful. I think he should just do it again.
Would Kendrix oblige?
all right.
And then I will
Wait,
cast
give him
guidance on you as well.
Give him guidance again.
Do I still roll the nature with advantage?
No, you've done it successfully before, so you don't need to know. That's about judging if you know where on the anatomy to make the incision, kind of thing.
Oh, so
You're,
I don't need the
now
nature
the nature,
at all.
just a sleight of hand now.
Okay, cool.
Did you
Okay,
cast guidance
well,
on him?
Yes, I said I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay, I
said.
didn't.
all right.
And
Here
I'm
we
helping
go.
again.
Woo.
You got this.
Oh, come on. Roll 1d4.
Watch you roll 3. Oh, I was about to say, watch you roll 3 and get these.
It would be funny if I rolled another 3, but my luck can't hold out that well.
You successfully gain another amount of creature essence. That is so. After this venture, you now have enough creature essence for 2 potions.
I guess we have no choice but to buy the other 3 essences.
Or
But
could
while we're out
could
here,
check another location.
I guess it's worth a shot.
I hate doing this, but I find this significantly more appealing than purchasing from scalpers.
We also can't forget we need the milk of poppy. Is it milk of poppy or poppy milk?
Milk of the poppy.
Milk of the poppy. Okay.
Because in that cabinet you did see that there was enough for two of you to have enough for the potion.
Yeah, probably now it's gonna be gone because we did walk away and didn't say we grabbed any.
That is correct. You never actually declared that you were getting any of those ingredients.
Yep.
I'm not officially declaring that it's gone. I'm just saying that I'm confirming that. Yeah, you guys never said, "Oh yeah, this is all that's there. We're gonna grab it." No, you didn't say any of that.
Well, I mean, if we're out here, we might as well just try to get it ourselves. Phew.
Agreed.
I will need survival checks then from all of you.
I'm not very good at
I am upset.
that. Never mind.
Hey, we rolled the same thing. Okay.
All of you look far and wide in this whole entire area, and Alina and Incaretta find enough milk of the poppy for one potion each, and Goswin finds enough for two, while Kendrix finds none.
Okay, so we have 4. We would need enough for one more.
What do you mean?
Unless.
He had plenty of milk of the poppy. He didn't ask you
Oh.
for that. He
Oh,
asked
okay,
you
so
for
we
a
have.
he asked you for a stimulant and creature essence.
Oh, okay, okay.
Then we're
All
fine.
right,
got-
so we need what, 3 more creature essence?
Yep.
So I guess we'll move to another area and attempt to collect more.
If you move to another area, I'm gonna have you all make a survival check to see how well you can see if this area ran out of those pest mascots. You're gonna try to find another area that has signs of them, so you have to look for signs. I'm gonna need another survival check.
See, that's what I was expecting more. 4.
Hey, it's better than my 1.
You did not find any other pest mascots.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh man, we're gonna have to make a tough choice, y'all.
I mean, I figured that would happen considering Saul's said earlier those 3 were
It was bad. It was like I didn't know the role was gonna be that bad, but I didn't want to lie to you about it. And it was like, or like lead you on, or just, or to have everything have no meaning. I could just lie and say, "This is all you found here." You go to another one, and they're plentiful, and it's like, then what was the point of having so few in the first place?
Yeah.
Could we get the essence from another mascot, or was it just from the one?
That's why they're bred over here in the Witherbloom area, because they're used for their creature essence. It would take a lot larger amount of the other kind of mascots in order to get the same level.
Oh, okay. So we can't.
And
use-
all the other 3 are annoying to catch and obtain in their own rights.
All right, I guess it's time to go shopping.
I don't really like it much either, Rixie, but I think we don't really have any other option. At least we're not just straight up buying the potions. We're still going to make them ourselves, but we're left with no other choice.
Very well.
Back to the biblioplex.
You
Bad
see,
people.
you'd have to come back another day because you did spend a bit of time in the swampy area after leaving this place, and right now the biblioplex is closed. So you have to come back like the next day, kind of thing. And so, if you do, you would see that because they're selling this stuff until the assignment is due, because that's the window of time to get the most money out of it. It's still Grayson and 2 other students from the future entrepreneurs of Strixhaven Society. They're still like sparsely scattered around the seating area, not too far into the actual building. But
So
from your any of your peripherals, you can tell that once again, no shenanigans or heavy intimidation tactics are advised because you are within earshot, not too hard of earshot, and easily within the peripheral of at least 1 to 2 faculty members.
So
I
Alina would tell Ankareta, just hang back, please.
I can
And
tell everyone.
she would approach either one of the others that's not Grayson.
You
Well,
know
for
what?
the record, Alina shouldn't have an issue with Grayson. He's done nothing
But
bad to her.
but he's seen her with Ankareta. So she would probably be like, he might not really want to deal with me, or he might jack up the prices because he's seen me with somebody who he clearly doesn't like.
Kendricks is just gonna walk up to
Grayson?
thank you. Words fail me.
But if you told Ankareta that, she wouldn't listen. She would follow you.
Oh
What,
yeah,
Alina?
Robin. There we go.
What?
Cause Grayson.
Oh,
Hey, someone got it.
Dick.
the guy, the little boy, the bat
I'm
boy.
not gonna call him that, but yeah.
I didn't think that was his first name.
Well, it's Dick, but
Dick Grayson.
Actually, Richard.
Yeah. That
no,
I was like,
Richard.
his name has. I remembered his. I was trying to remember his name, and I remember it was something similar to something related to Batman, and I was like, what is it? It's
Yeah,
because
his first name is
Grayson.
Grayson because yeah.
Hmm.
So who is Incorrect following again? Alina.
Melina.
That sounded like it,
So you have one near the student store and one a bit closer to the other area, the sitting near like the within the biblioplex kind of cafe place that you went to early on in your scavenger hunt. Um, who would you go to? But that's not Grayson.
Whichever one is closer to where we entered.
Equidistant.
Then the student store.
Okay. They look at you very bluntly, and they already assume to know why you're approaching them. Uh,
Oh God, what does that say? Please don't fuck this up.
and they offer they ask and offer if you want to buy a potion of motion for a very reasonable price.
No, we would actually prefer to just buy the creature essence required for the potion.
I'm actually gonna need a persuasion check.
You got this.
She looks over at Grayson and the other person who's selling them. He's like, we're really not supposed to sell the ingredients. We're only supposed to sell like the finished product. I could get in trouble for this.
I'll make it worth your while. I'll give you 1 platinum. Wait, hold on. It's 10 gold to 1 platinum, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For a second there, I was worried I was offering 100 gold.
No, the exchange rate is not that extreme. To confirm, what are you giving the platinum for?
Just
3
for
creature
its
essences.
Oh, just for it directly.
It's like that's nice and all, but that's not really accounting for how much my risk involved in actually doing this. Give me an insight check. That's high enough to tell that the like they're smart enough to realize the exchange rates, obviously, because that's part of their fucking shtick, all about business and whatnot. But 10 you're basically offering 10 gold for 3 creature essences. It's heavily implied that even if that's enough for 3, which she's kind of leaning, the person you're talking to, she's kind of leaning that it's not quite enough for 3, and even at that point it's still not add enough money to also account for the fact that she's going against what she was told to do.
All right, then I'll make it 20 gold total.
persuasion check with advantage. You see her like literally head go back and forth, like her heeing and hawing kind of thing. She's like, best I can do is 2 essence.
Oh, we need 3, so how about 25 for 3?
My intimidator.
No.
Oh,
If you want to, you can.
like not verbally, just like with her body language, because she's standing right there.
So you're
I know
scaring
that's
her.
they were one of the things they go over in their society is to try to avoid your exact tactic for people trying to scare their way into a discount.
Well, fuck it. Let's do it. Oh,
One more time because you disadvantage for doing this.
can I use my dice? My last one. Okay.
Your 12 does not cut it, and it is not if you fail to intimidate her.
Hmm.
Although, however, your attempt did garner the looks of the nearby student store attendant. They're not happy, supportive looks.
Not happy, but not gonna kick her out.
Not yet. It's one of those
Oh.
because it failed and there were no consequences and no one's like making a huge fuss over it. There's no extreme consequences right now, but it's one of those a silent vibe of you're now being looked at and watched.
Eventually, you're just not going to be allowed in the biblioplex at all if you keep this shit
But that's
off.
where her guy works.
This is her first transgression in the biblioplex, okay? The last one was somewhere else.
You are offered she gives you a small a pouch that looks like it's big enough to hold. Give me a perception check, Alina. It's a pretty beefy pouch, but you realize they might be encapsulating the creature essence inside each individual essence inside the pouch. So you get a pouch that's not blatantly obvious for what you're being given because she doesn't want to get in trouble. But also, um, you have enough hybridness of present to realize as soon as you're given the pouch, it weighs about enough. It doesn't feel like the right amount. It doesn't feel like she gypped you in any way.
So there's most likely 3 in there.
Correct.
Okay, so
But
then
it's
I will.
give me insight check.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can probably take them out right now if you feel any doubts. But and speaking of doubts, you're not sure they're fully. There might not be 3. There might be something else that weighs the same as 1. She was already iffy on the price. What if she cheated you?
Oof.
I would be hesitant to check the bag because it's like I don't want her to get in trouble. But I will say, if I find out I give her 1 platinum and 15 gold, and she didn't give us 3, I'm going to go to Grayson and just be like, hey, your buddy there shorted me on the essences I bought, you know.
Hypothetically speaking, I think he would have to retort with, "Hey, your buddy's kind of maniacal bitch." Because, like Sai mentioned, he had seen you with a Coretta, and he is not a fan.
Oh, gee, do I have a fucking negative with him?
Not officially as of yet.
Oh, okay.
But basically, one more slide, and you can put him on your list of people, and have it be a -1. If you do one more slide against him, I'm warning you right now. It's not a pain level amount of relationship. I want you to realize that -1 does not get you
I
a
know.
pain.
But there's no like repairing that relationship. Like it's fucked.
That's how you feel about it. Fucking everyone, though. Burning bridges, fucking everywhere.
Let's see.
I actually find it
You should
interesting.
probably stop carrying around that gasoline container because you have lit more bridges than street lamps.
Oh God, what was that quote? It's like, uh, wisdom has been chasing you, but you've always been faster.
I mean,
I
her
love
wisdom
that
is
one.
0.
By standing here, how much would I notice that people would be buying the potions for?
Perception.
I hand over the platinum and the 15 gold.
Yeah, she wouldn't have given you the pouch otherwise.
Oh yeah.
You can hear that for a full potion, it is more than 20, but you can't hear an exact number because you overheard a conversation where someone's trying to haggle, and they would not accept 20 as an acceptable amount because of all the ingredients and all the effort put into finishing the product in the first place. And there is a great passing grade guarantee. For the quality of said potion, that every single person who, all the three of them who are selling the potions, is assuring their customers. That's what you overheard though. You've heard the assurance multiple times, and someone tried to haggle, um, and but you didn't quite hear the initial price itself.
So
But
our
from what you can
price,
tell, it's above 20
so our price
for
on
a
the
finished product. Yeah,
essence is not a terrible price.
yeah, but you haven't gone up to asking what the actual price is.
Yeah.
No
Well,
one has.
So we're good.
well, Alina will go get Winnie and Rixie and just let them know, like, hey, we got what we need. We can go back to what's his face?
Yeah, I don't remember now.
Kadoris.
Cadorus.
Well, while they were doing all of that, I went up to Grayson to talk with him.
Go ahead. What do you want to say to him?
Because I was going to
He gives
ask
you a
him.
minor moment for benefit of the doubt because you seem a little more different and refined than in Coretta, where it's like you're with her not because you like her but for your own personal reasons. So he's like one of those let's see where this goes kind of mood.
Not inaccurate. I notice you all are selling the potions we require. I was wondering for how much those are and or the ingredients for them.
He was about to speak up right when you said the potion, but right when you added on or the ingredients, he like changes his tune because it's like no, we still have the finished product, so no one has to worry about if they're gonna pass or not. He brings out one of the potions. It is like you saw before, very obviously a potion of motion. Give me another nature check now that you're seeing it for the up close.
Classy. You said a nature check?
Yeah, you're seeing it up close, and it's for it. It looks legit. As
Oh
far
dear.
as you can tell, it looks completely legit, and their claims of it being a high enough quality to guarantee a passing grade are easily within reason and believable.
Fair enough. Then I have two questions.
But
One,
he was going to answer your question for how much it cost. Um,
yes.
he very flatly declares in a very exasperated tone, as if because passive insight just alone tells you that he's had to deal with people trying to haggle it down. For a finished potion, it is 30.
That sounds relatively reasonable for a well-made potion. Although I am curious why you don't sell any of the ingredients.
It's just not the tact we took with this one. People, if we're gonna, a part of the what we sell is the convenience of not having to go through and trudge that annoying swamp, or have to deal with all kinds of other issues. Like how it's not like it's easy to just grab high quality alcohol on campus. And as you know from as a Quandrix perspective person, Kendrix, you realize that he actually does make a point in the alcohol thing because unless you like know someone, it actually isn't easy to get drunk on campus.
All
That was
fair
like
points.
that was like high quality shit. Although, once again, the sad part is, unbeknownst to everyone but Ancoretta, Ancoretta knew someone who could get who had connections.
Well, we all
All
technically
fair
do now.
points. The only reason I was wondering is because we were only missing one ingredient to finish our own potions. I wanted to give trying to brew it myself a try, but I can appreciate what you're talking about here.
Yeah, because it's like even if you have all the ingredients for a meal at home, people sell finished like pre-packaged meals for a reason. It's to strict convenience in case you don't have them. They can't guarantee that you'll have the ingredients.
Yep.
And that's kind of the logic he brings out when talking about why he's selling the potion entirely. Yeah. So he asks if you're interested in buying one or more. He's
It's
not
a
picky. If you
tempting
have the gold, he's willing to sell you multiple.
it's a tempting offer, but unfortunately I no longer have the funds to be able to afford a potion. One of the reasons I was wondering how much you were selling them for. But I can appreciate your service. Thanks for the information.
And he's like, well, if you're interested in some other things, I I might have something you're interested in. He slips you a small note, and you notice that while he's not trying to be like illegally shady about it, he's not trying to overtly draw attention to the fact that he's giving you the piece of paper. Would you
Drugs.
let it? Would you let it say? Would you let him try to be stay trying to be coy about it, or bring attention to it?
I'll give him a handshake
Okay.
to
Uh,
disguise the transaction, I guess.
yeah. Uh, it's one of those things like if you give him one pod hand kind of thing, and he like gives both hands on your hand, and it's like one the bottom giving you the paper and the other on top, trying to like be distraction. It's like, yeah, you know
Hmm.
what? I probably do business with you in the future. Thank you for your time.
I look
Um,
forward to being a patron.
and
And
it's up
then
to you
I'll
for
walk
yeah. It's go
back
ahead.
to the group, but I'll read the note not to the group. I want to read it
Uh, the
before I
note
go to the group
is
with it
a
first.
basically a spiel and giving you example items. That's like think about the most useful or situationally awesome things on the list of common or uncommon magic items. He brings those up as like major points of selling. Like, hey, think about all the things you could do with this, and they're for amounts of gold you don't currently have, but
I was
some
about
of
to
them
say, did he list prices?
are. No, it's like a fancy it's like a fancy menu where they don't list prices.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's like one of those if you know how if you know the real value of it, you realize that some of these are out of your price range, but others actually seem kind of reasonable. So it wouldn't be the worst idea to try to get something bought from him.
Fair enough.
And there was one thing it was like a crumpled piece of paper he put into your hand, but and he gave you a small item in the crumpled piece of paper because your paw is so big in comparison to a regular human. Um, he like right after he overtly said loudly to you like about like after you said like patron it's like yes you have a good day now, and like one of the things like he whispered to you they're like, "Hey, you know what? This one's a freebie on the house. Maybe it could interest you. You realize it is a pen, but even though you're a druid and not like an arcane caster, you can realize it is a magical pen.
Interesting. Give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Is it like a
Oh.
sword, like in Percy Jackson?
I was about to
You
say, if
know.
it's a pen that writes in different colors, I can do that too.
Well, I mean, but a pen that turns into a sword is cool.
It's not. I would require anyone who wants to know more about what the pen does to at least do an Arcana check because it doesn't require attunement.
Could I
But
just cast Identify?
if you want to, but you don't have it, Kendrick does.
I mean, if he shows it to the group, I can cast Identify in a minute.
Yes, you can.
Because it's a ritual spell. I can cast it for free.
Actually, based on what happened earlier, Matt, give me an Arcana check. I want to see if you realize something.
Oh, an Arcana? There it is.
So you know those blank papers on your teacher's desk?
Yeah.
They were probably the target of the spell Illusory Script.
Oh.
That makes sense.
I
I don't
love
think I
that
could use
spell.
it right time at that
It's one of those things that's like, oh crap, that's what it was, huh? You realize like, days later, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what happened to you.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay, if you want to realize, without showing the pen to anyone else, if you quickly see that there's a pen and you quickly see the note and see that there are items on there that some are worthwhile, some are you even know for a fact without seeing any numbers that they're a little pricey for you.
Yep.
Like there's no way you're gonna afford a broom of flying. Let's get real. Um,
True,
uh,
but how dare?
if you want to just quickly do a see if you know real quick what it might be able to do, or if you recognize the magic of it, give me an Arcana check if you want to see if you can figure out what the pen does, because it's not an actual attunement required item. That's high enough. This is a pen with two modes, and one is it records what you write, and the other mode is magically auto writing down on other parchments what was initially it's like a copy paste pen kind of thing. And you realize that something is already copied into it.
I'm definitely gonna try that out when I get back to my room.
I was about to say,
Drug
is there a
formula.
spot on the paper he gave him?
There's like an entire backside that has nothing on it, but he doesn't. It's Kendricks apparently is not sharing the pen or the list with any of you.
Currently,
Man,
He's
at
like,
least not in front of him, because I've seen his animosity towards Encaretta.
it's like I definitely.
But now you realize that like he's a pretty solid vendor that you probably didn't, or are glad you didn't piss off.
I still don't necessarily approve of what he's doing, but I can see the value in what he's doing.
It's like, do you see why someone would choose to do it?
Yeah. Like, I get it. And when I get back to the group, I'm a little disappointed that I wasn't able to obtain any of the essence.
but Alina says, "Hey, I did."
Uh, uh, well, good news. He doesn't seem to be upset with me, so potential venue there. In any event, I was able to talk with him about what he's selling and why, so I'm no longer as upset with him and his group about selling the potions.
I still don't like it. I feel if you're going to, go to school, you should do the assignments yourself, not take the easy way out.
Oh, don't worry, I still don't like it, but I understand. In this case, it's the equivalent of having a meal brought to you at a cafe as opposed to making your own. I can appreciate the value of both. So I'm not exactly upset with him. I just won't be using his services for that. In any event, you were saying you were able to obtain some essence?
Yes, I got 3 of them, just like we needed.
Wonderful. Then I do believe we have one more person to visit today.
Yes.
Yep, Caduceus.
Did he
I
have
forgot
another
his.
service that he offered that might prove useful? Since he said not that service.
I did not inquire further about what he was selling, other than the potion at the moment, because my focus was on that.
Okay.
Although, once we are on our way, I think we can discuss more. As I just kind of give him, if I turn around and he's looking at me, I just give him a nod and then walk away. Once we're out of eye and earshot, then I will talk with the group about the majority of everything that I learned.
Yeah, potions are officially 30 gold. Um, and Kendricks does seem to have confidence and support in full belief that they will indeed just be a shortcut to a passing grade if you wanted it that way.
Yeah.
Although you all realize that a passing grade does not necessarily mean an acing grade.
Yeah,
Because this is not a pass-fail assignment. This is an actual graded assignment. And just because he guarantees a passing grade does not say how well it's going to do.
I do bring up the note once we are no longer in eye or earshot of Grayson.
And Anchoretto's annoyances are confirmed that he is indeed the vendor of of magical and extra items.
Yep.
So is it basically anything that is on the common and uncommon lists, or is there only a specific amount?
I would say if you give the paper to literally anyone else, it is a list of things from the common to the rare list that would appeal to your character, and you only see those items listed. So you all at least have some amount of things that you're like, you know what, that's not too bad. You don't see prices on anything, but you see that they have them available to be purchased.
Some of them look pretty good.
There is one thing that I would.
In any event,
so.
it seems like
yeah,
we'll
go
be
ahead.
able to make use of his services, but not at this time. We must hurry to our awaiting collaborator.
Agreed.
So you return to the laboratorium, which Godwin has done many a time. So I could see him like leading the way there because he knows how to get there from almost everywhere on campus.
It's like, okay,
Uh,
let's go.
yeah, exactly. Like, okay, now to get back there. Okay, follow me. Let's go. Yeah, come on. We're like, okay. Uh, Earthmatak is no longer there currently, but Cataras is still there, fruitlessly trying to make it work, make the potion ingredients work. If you check the supply closet, you will see that there is still a good amount of cheap vodka and blink dog nerves to serve as materials if you want them.
Nope.
I think we're good now.
Appreciated, but unnecessary.
Cataras looks hopefully upon you for with your on your return.
We've got good news, my friend. We managed to obtain exactly enough essence and exactly enough uh, stimulant as you require. As I pull out the box of stimulant, I pull out one of the bags and I hand it to him.
And I take out the monster or creature essence I bought.
Does that mean you bring out the whole entire pouch,
I mean,
or you bring out one of them?
we might as well just take out all of the ingredients and try to brew 5 potions, right?
I mean, that normally is what you do when we have this opportunity.
Currently,
Yep.
you're the only ones in here, but by the time frame, Godswin realizes it's not going to last for much longer because you realize there's another class starting in like a half hour kind of thing.
So we may want to.
Based on
So we're not
based on
going to
the
have
schedule.
enough time.
No, you have enough time, but basically only if you hurry the fuck up.
Would
Fair
that
enough.
hinder our rolls in any way?
No. But it means do it now instead of saying, we can probably wait till later to do it, right? And it's like, if you want this space, no.
Yeah.
It's about time for the last class of the day, and then the building shuts down just for cleaning's sake. And then it's just shut down, period.
Fair
and like
enough.
locked and stuff, yeah.
So let's make these.
So what are we
potions.
rolling?
First off, when Alina presents the creature essence, Catares he does one of those French greeting things where he almost grabs at your arms and kisses both your cheeks out of joy.
Almost.
He has a really big smile, not like a shit-eating grin, but like a genuinely really big, beaming, happy smile on his face, like he's fucking finally saved.
How nice.
And so you are all able to portion out the stimulants and get him a tea bag. And and when the question comes like, "Hey, we're supposed to give us fucking alcohol," he brings out like a really big bottle of. If anyone knows any alcohol brands, you'll recognize it as a genuinely old-fashioned but high-quality, I would say, whiskey.
Okay.
And it is a big enough bottle to supply the five of you, and and then like maybe even a couple other people because it's a really big bottle. He explains it as he borrowed it from a friend who uses it for quote unquote. He uses air quotes for this inspiration.
I guess we could use some inspiration.
Like, of course, a
if you
prism.
want.
Of course, it's fun. It's good to know Prismar people who can get drunk, right, for parties.
Mhm.
Because he's Quandrix himself, but he knows enough Prismari people due to his interests. So you are all able to. Let me see. Okay. You're not using the Blink Doctors or the cheap vodka. Hmm. Okay, brew the potion. Okay, for the record, um, you you did not actually find the higher quality ingredients to actually add a dice to the score. You found middling quality ingredients that would just at least are not subtracting anything from the score for when you're trying to brew the potion.
The alcohol
Huh?
doesn't help. How dare he?
You are all.
Dice.
I need you all to make a nature check, a straight roll.
Nature.
Time for me to fail the assignment.
That
Told you.
that is the same roll twice in a row I just did.
Good for you, dickhead.
I don't suppose Goswin would be able to give Alina guidance, would he?
Not retroactively.
Yeah, not retroactive.
Hmm.
I was like, hey, I could have just went around the table and waited till everyone brewed their potion and did that, but that probably wouldn't have crossed his mind at that exact moment.
Oh my god. Okay, calculating for that was for making your potion. Hmm. Yeah. From the calculations, you all were able. All of you made a successful normal potion of motion, except for Alina, who made a flawed potion of motion.
Oh.
However, it was still a high enough roll that when you turn in your potions into Arcanobotany, you are able to get a passing grade of basically C minus quality.
Wait, all of us?
No, just
Or,
Alina.
yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, Alina. Like, I looked at the calculations for how to calculate the score for how well your potions would do based on the numbers you rolled. Um, and yeah, she barely scrapes by with a passing grade. Because I want you to realize if you didn't roll a 10, I was at the -4 from your score.
Mm.
And then use that number to multiply by another number, and that number needed to reach a certain threshold in order to have a passing score. It was a whole thing. Uh, but yeah, you basically got like a C minus, while everyone got like a B plus.
What would have happened if they had gotten the bot ones?
What?
Like if we bought one, would it be an A?
You'll technically never know his characters.
Oh, okay.
Are you saying you want your character to find out, or you want to know as a player?
I want to know as a player, cause like,
You would have been able to get a flat 70 score, just like Alina got, but with 0% effort.
oh, okay, good. We did the good thing.
Technically, Miss Lawful Evil.
You know what? I was honestly over here thinking, oh my god, what if this is a test and that motherfucker wants us to buy it, and that would like prove our resourcefulness in the world and become some major lesson on life and the economy and the circle of life
It's
and
not. It's literally just one people in one club trying to make money out of it because that's the whole point of the fucking club, the entrepreneurial spirit.
Me and Ink are
They bought the
complete
ingredients from the
opposites.
supply and they flipped it by making the potion because they realized the demand for it. And that, education-wise, is Voss's quote-unquote token used on Arcanobotany. I would say we move on to extracurricular, but look at the time.
yeah, it's late.
You said my token used?
As I said, it's kind of like you each get one thing to choose to do for education, two for extracurricular, and then we'll do what the adventurer says to do, because technically speaking, all of the the tests, the jobs, the clubs, the all that kind of stuff is completely optional rules within this module. But you said you wanted to do them, and so I found a video that basically said, "Hey, everyone has tokens, and they have one for education, two for extracurricular, and then we'll move on to the next thing the book wants you to do. Because if you skip all that, you can fly through Strixhaven like a motherfucker. Oh my god! If you ignore all the tests, you would get like a level like seemingly like every other session or some shit. It would be insane."
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, but since you got relationships going and you got like jobs and you keep your classes, stuff like that. So, yeah. Next, in 2 weeks, we'll deal with all the extracurricular stuff you want to do. But because you chose to do a class that everyone else happened to be in, and you chose to go the non-quick route of finishing it, then yeah, that's why we burned so much time.
Yep.
Look, we are a party of
I just want to
moral.
confirm what happened. I'm not trying to overtly judge you for it. I'm just trying to confirm and declare what happened tonight.